Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
Yeah, it is.
All right, finally,
Yours.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of...
Stop.
What?
Your
What?
audio's not coming across. Is it?
Now it is.
Yes, he is now. He is now.
Okay, he wasn't at first. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't at first. I saw. I was getting the same thing, Josh.
I'm sorry.
It's
What
a
kind of
fucking
show
delay.
are you guys running here?
I know, right? We're supposed to be
professional.
Shoki,
Yeah.
we're the most it's funny. We look professional in some aspects, but we're really not.
Yeah.
We put on a good show. We all stayed at the last night.
It's fucking great.
All right, children.
Go ahead, Nick.
It is time for another episode of Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. I'm your host, Nick Brammer, and we got the whole squad tonight. At some point, Samuel in the chat, but not on the panel. We'll...
Give him a break. He's got them tiny little legs. It takes him a while.
Yeah. So, we've got a guest tonight. We've got Shoki.
Hi.
What's up, shoot?
From Shoki's,
Hi, guys.
From Shoki's Reviews. So we're going to go ahead and get our intros up and down. And then we'll get into some news. And we got some topics and some good shit for y'all tonight. So starting as I always do. Josh Fisher, where can you be found on the internet?
Well, aside from here every Friday night with you guys, you can catch me every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast. Just posted a new episode this morning, and we can also be found on Anchor FM now too, in addition to all the other places. So go out there and find it. Listen to the new episode tomorrow after you hang out with us tonight. You can also find me in the Realm of Collectors group under my regular name. Find me on Twitch or Twitter at nsubanure1976. And Instagram as, the madman, Josh Fisher. And that's me.
You gotta
Sounds
say it
good.
right, though. It's the madman, Josh Fisher.
Well,
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
I'll be
All
right
right. Rob, Milton, Fister,
Oh, it's Fister now. What the hell was I on?
Two-Tone. Where can they find
He's
you?
never going to get your name right again, Rob.
Where
Answer
can they
back
find you
later.
on
It
the
depends on how the
internet?
night goes. Oh, they could find me hanging out on the Facebooks on the Realm or pissing off nerds in other groups. Depends on the week. It's been a week. They can find me on Instagram at Rob's Robots. They can find me here on Friday nights, and later tonight they can probably find me making my wife a very happy lady to the sound of Shoki's sexy voice.
That didn't sound right, man.
I didn't want it to.
Just wait till
Hey,
the...
I'm already the Fister, so what the hell? I might as well go full Monty.
Why not?
Don't drag me into your wife, Rob.
No. Oh wow, wow. You guys were really close. Anyway. Woo.
All right, Russ the Must.
Somebody must be.
What's up, guys? You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter here every Friday nights. Again, I'll shout him out because I haven't done it for a couple weeks. James, we miss you, baby. Hopefully you'll be back soon. We'll be pumping that up. I can't wait for that to happen. Get ready for the marathon shows again. And yeah, and looking forward to we're doing NJCC in a couple weeks. I'm getting excited. It'll be a fun
Beautiful.
time.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Shoki, tell them where they can find you at on the internet.
Well, you can find me at the YouTube page, which is Shoki Reviews, just like that. You start typing it in, I'm the first thing that pops up. You can also find me on the Facebooks at Shoki Reviews. Big surprise there. But on Twitter, I think I'm the Shoki01, and same thing on Instagram, because those existed before I started the YouTubes.
Sweet.
Yep.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice, easy, simple.
It never goes this well. I mean, I'm very impressed, actually.
Yeah, Rob, you can go ahead and do it after my intro. And I am your host, Masterpiece Shippies, Nick Brammer. You can find me at Nick Brammer on Facebook, at Brammer_Nick on Twitter, and at Masterpiece_Shippies on Instagram. And every Friday night, hanging with y'all. So,
And then shortly after, they're teasing Anna.
yeah, I'm gonna
I
get
know.
that shit.
Thank God she's like not paying attention right now. She's in the kitchen with Rhea. Oh no, man. I'll tell her stay in there. Don't come here.
Yeah. hey, didn't Ray just become legal?
I would kill your ass.
I told you on her birthday you made that joke to him in chat.
You-
You said, all right, Russ, that's the only time I'm ever going to do it. It's like, you'll forget, you'll do it within a month. And
Yeah.
God damn it.
I think Brammer went full Michael Bay on us.
Hey, listen, Nick, did you ever watch the movie Highlander?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like beheadings are kind of something that I think is rational when it comes to my daughter. I kind of get like a motherfucker that I don't approve of, he may lose his head, dude.
Which head?
There can be only
Oh,
one.
I can take both, okay? That's not a problem.
It's a public beheading.
Indeed. Like that bitch out on a piece of slab.
Off with his head and then his other head.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That's what that
Yeah,
grinding sound was earlier. You were sharpening up that blade.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got a couple of them sharpened already. I was working on the other one last weekend, actually.
God damn it! I
That's
thought it was my well
whetstone,
pump. Here it was you.
Yeah, I've got a whetstone that I'm using on one of my couple of my katanas. They're getting there. It's pretty good. You just gotta sit there and do it for a long time, though. It's like, God damn, dude.
It's a whole lot of stroking your blade,
Yeah, it is. Stroking your blade.
getting it wet.
Indeed. You know, it's it's kind of the neighbors
my.
flip out though when I'm outside and sitting on the front step doing it. They're like freaking out, looking there. What the fuck? Yeah, this guy's a wacko.
Ugh. All right, Rob, you had something that you would like to say.
Yeah, hey guys, in 2 weeks from tomorrow, it's April 6th. If you're anywhere near Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, I know, big one, but it's pretty close to Milwaukee. I know there's some guys out there. Or, coming up from Illinois, TJ. Come on up. We have DairyCon. It's the longest running Transformers convention in the fandom. It's a small convention, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. So come hang out with us at the Cow Palace. Look at some cool shit. Hanny will be there with Agabus. There'll be a whole bunch of other vendors there. It's stupid fun, silly, and the TKO guys will be there.
Hold your breath.
Do not let that dissuade you from coming. They're nice guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
in
are.
person,
They're great-
they are
great-
different.
A great group of dudes. I love them. But yeah, what about those Midwesterners that can't make it to DairyCon on that same weekend? What could they do if they were on the East Coast?
That's
Wow.
is that NJCC weekend?
That's
It
right.
is NJCC
Oh, it is.
weekend.
Oh,
As we like to
nice.
call it, the ROC convention.
Yeah.
We're,
Yeah.
we will,
We'd like to make DairyCon the ROC convention part 2.
There you go.
Mm.
You
Well,
guys-
there you guys can have a meetup there and maybe live stream some of it and show us. And Jose, I'm sure will be getting some video and dust from
Yes.
NJCC
I
and
am sure.
show that, and
Yep.
I can live vicariously at 2 conventions at once, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
You should make the 12-hour round trip and pick up Walt.
Dude, he's like 3 hours away. His bitch ass can ride
See?
up on a. He can get. He's.
What'd you
supposed to know.
say? He told Walt, take a Greyhound, motherfucker.
If only there was a convention in Texas that liked robots.
I mean, yeah.
But on some good note, I will possibly be at TFCon in Virginia.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I hope
Cool,
so,
dude.
man. I really
Uh,
hope so.
yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I will go into
Yeah.
fucking debt if I have to.
Nice.
Good to know.
Hey,
That's
Dude,
awesome.
just
I'm-
crank
hey,
up.
I'm still paying down my credit card bill from October, and I don't care because it was absolutely fucking worth it to be able to hang out with everybody in person.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Shoki, turn up
Right.
that turbo, hit the highway, and come
Let me-
hang out with us.
I would not drive my car that far. Fuck
Let
that,
me-
it would die.
Let
Mm.
me tell you guys, in Reston, the way it's set up, the hotel it's at, like everything is really in walking distance. Like
Hell
legit,
yeah.
you walk 5 minutes in any direct, and down the main strip, and there's restaurants, bars, everything. It's great, dude. It's a good.
That means I need to work on my endurance this summer and get it built up
Yep.
so I can walk along
Yeah,
with you
but
guys
you can
to
take
Bar
everyone.
Taco.
Yeah,
Bar
You did a
taco.
Fucking hell of a job last year at October, considering how close that was.
Yeah.
It's like
Dude, that
set
was
up.
2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
It's set up to walk. Really, it's set up for you so you nobody has to drive. Meant for people to be walking around. So
And if you can't get walking there, then you can always get rickshawed again. So
I want a
Yeah.
rickshaw, Josh.
That's the thing. I don't use that thing in public anymore.
Well, you
You
will
know-
at fucking TFCon if I'm there, just for
Did-
one
you-
shot.
We'll get him we'll get him one of those bamboo wheelchairs.
did Shoki see the drunk rickshaw incident?
Oh
video?
yeah.
Everybody
I sent
saw
it to
that.
oh, yeah, Rob, everybody saw that. It's fine.
he sent that
Well-
into the off the runner chat as soon as he could.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he?
Yeah.
Fucking Walt
I thought
says
they were gonna
2020 Chicago. I hope not. I hope it's in Orlando.
or Charlotte. I wanted to
That's
go to
because it's your
Charlotte.
backyard.
That's
Oh,
right.
Charlotte would be all right.
Tampa would be fucking even better.
Yeah, Tampa really is in your backyard, isn't it? That's
Hell
really you're
yeah.
really close to Tampa, aren't you? Yeah.
I don't know
Actually,
if
I
I'd
wouldn't
go to
mind
Tampa.
dude.
Wow.
Tampa, walk-
dude,
I hear Stevens Point would be awesome.
it's
Yo,
nice. It's pretty nice.
I
down
know
there.
outside of your family. I know 2 other people that live in the same town.
man.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, my buddy Jason and his girlfriend. He streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
Remember, he was in the chat, and I was like, "Hey, Jason, this guy's from Wisconsin," and you're like, "Oh, what town?" And you all were from the same town. You were freaking
Oh,
out.
oh yeah, we fucking half an hour or so we were going at that. It's like, dude.
Small world.
It really is a
Yeah,
small
small
world
world.
now.
But yeah,
Yes.
if we do fucking TFCon Tampa or Orlando, La Casa de Brammer will be open and we'll figure out what's going on.
I'm shitting on your floor.
Crazy, dude. Oh
I
my
bet.
it's
Josh
kinda
has to
like-
shit on everyone's floor now.
That's all right.
that's the
I got a Boston Terrier. He'll take care of it.
Oh.
Oh,
Just
God.
just like fucking dropping chips on the floor. He'll be all over it.
You know, it would be really cool though if we actually really did for once at a TFCon do what we always talk about doing and do a giant ROC panel and
Oh,
podcast,
yeah.
like for a podcast, do a podcast show
If we
live
get
from
it.
there.
If
You know
what?
if we would be accepted.
Well,
You know
no,
what?
yeah, I know, but
We could set some shit like that up off the TFCon floor though too.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Exactly. We can
right,
we can do it in a room if we have to. Fuck it.
yeah, giant.
Let's make that
hangout.
happen this year.
Hell
It'd be
yeah.
fun. It'd be fun. We'd have to get with the
Yeah.
guys. Look at us making plans on the air. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the.
Hey,
Man.
speaking of, I guess Shoki.
Yes, sir.
I mean, people.
Oh, hold on,
wait,
Sam's here.
Sam's here.
Sam's here.
Look at him.
Yeah, look at him
Those short
peeking over the
Somebody did his
camera.
booster seat.
I thought he was taking a shit for a second.
All I
Yeah.
saw was that fucking mega hat.
He's peeking over the top. Hi.
Is that a fucking MAGA hat?
Fuck
He
no.
probably got it off.
Oh,
eBay.
okay. It's a Supreme hat.
I was
Okay.
gonna
I
say
was
he
like,
probably bought it off
whoa.
eBay. Doesn't even know what it says.
Yeah. Fucking king
Well-
of eBay shirts
Fuck
here.
no, man. Come on, Nick. Nick, you know better.
So,
You know
Sam,
better.
introduce yourself. Where are you at? Where can we find you at?
I'm here every Friday night. Let's keep it
There-
moving.
That's
Word.
it.
There we
Right.
go.
If
Nice.
we all did that, we'd be done with intros in 5 minutes.
Shit, dude. Intros sometimes are the best part of the show.
That's true.
All right,
And
show.
I don't know,
sometimes
we
the
might get-
outros.
We might get banned for the intros last week yet. We
Yeah.
haven't hit the algorithm.
I didn't even check, but I think we're under review.
Oh, God.
All right. So Shoki, you've got something interesting going on. Do you want to go ahead and spill the beans and talk about it and promote?
I guess I can do that.
Sounds
So,
good.
guys, if you're unfamiliar with me, which a lot of you might be, of course, I do have a YouTube channel where I do a lot of these things behind me, which happen to be Gundams. And starting last year, I started up a charity build contest. Last year was Lupus for Lupus, and I was building a Gundam Lupus or Lupus Rex to help raise awareness for lupus. If you don't know, that's a disease, which my wife has. But this year went a little bit different. So one of my winners last year, who became one of my best friends now, turns out that he has testicular cancer. I'm sorry, had. He is a survivor.
Oh, nice.
And I had already come up with the idea for this year's theme, which is balls for balls. So a ball is one of these little guys. Little pod that usually they call it a coffin, floating coffin. Because most of the time these guys just get their asses fucking destroyed. So,
Well, what is that? Is that from Gundam?
it is from
Yeah.
Gundam. Yes.
Okay.
And the idea is it's a build contest. So, and all the money goes towards the Testicular Cancer Society. So we're not going for any particular like treatment center or anything like that. This is people who help survivors and people going through it. Because without things like that, it's really, really easy to get into depression and everything else like that, because with testicular cancer, of course, it does really kind of affect you as a man, not just in your obvious lack of whatever, but you can feel like less of a man. So and anything that helps you get through that. Actually, my partner on this, Rodimus 13 Shelf Space, or Thomas Rice as he is known, he's the one who went through it, and Gunpla actually was his way of getting through his treatment post removal, as it were. So the contest is running right now, actually. Well, technically speaking, it starts. Submissions start on the 30th of this month and run all the way through to April 24th. April is actually Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and honestly, I don't think it gets enough exposure. We do have a merch store, which hopefully somebody will link in the description down below. That is for it's anybody who doesn't build but wants to support, and everything was designed by the same guy who did most of my t-shirts last year, and it's an animated version of these guys right here, and we affectionately call them Lefty and Righty, and they are surrounded by a blue ribbon.
Nice.
Definitely showing off what it's supposed to look like, and even have multiple versions depending on what your situation might be. Maybe you still got both, maybe you're missing one, maybe you have a replacement. We got options for all that, but there's good prizes depending on what level you enter at. Mr. Josh Fisher over here has actually entered the advanced category, and
Damn.
Mr. Rob Milton over here is in the beginner category. So these guys are going to be competing to see what they can get. And like I said, there's different prizes at different levels. Some donated by Gundam Planet here in the U.S. And by the way, this is a U.S. and Canadian contest only. Unfortunately, we got a really awesome submission, but he's in the Philippines. And if you've never, there's no way we could ever afford to ship him the kit. It would cost less to just buy him one there.
Right.
Which
Absolutely.
is still expensive. And I did have to do that for a giveaway years ago, personally, on my channel, where it was actually cheaper to just buy one from Japan and have it shipped to Thailand.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, I told you the sniffs have started. I told you.
Yeah.
There it goes. But guys, if you need any and all information, go over to my channel, of course, Shoki Reviews on YouTube, and there is a playlist for everything. I just posted a video in the middle of the night about the merch store and showing off the different designs and stuff like that. And there's mugs, there's hoodies, there's t-shirts, there's stickers, which is first for this year. We actually got some cool die cut stickers, and all the profits of everything, every bit of profit period goes to the charity.
That's awesome.
And we're paying for everything else out of pocket. So
Are you still doing the free shipping coupon code on the store too?
free shipping coupon code is on there, even though you missed that.
Yeah.
And it is
I wanted the mug, damn it.
Yeah, so if you go to the Teespring store and whenever you finally check out, if you use the coupon code balls4b, for some reason they limited, I couldn't put all of the words in there, that'll give you free shipping. And honestly, that does save some money because they charge you per item.
wow.
They ship every item individually, which is annoying, but if you got free
Oh my
shipping,
God.
it doesn't matter. So every shirt, everything you order is packaged individually and shipped individually. So whenever I got my Double October shirt and mug last year, and before October, they came separately, but they were shipped on the same day. So, but I like the mugs. They're pretty good for what they are. I don't actually use mine as a mug. It's mostly just there to look awesome.
Yeah, it's like decoration, right? I got you.
Mine is decoration.
Yeah.
But
It's a
I'm sure.
requirement for me.
But Rob wants to drink out of my balls.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? That's Rob, all right.
It's that
Now-
voice, man. It's that voice.
Now, now, Shoki,
balls.
now, Shoki, is there a place like? Do you have anything set up where people can just donate to the cause? Or
Yes, you can. You can donate if you just want to donate. Taking it directly to a PayPal now. It's Shoki Reviews Charity Contest at Gmail. I know it's a long thing, but I had to specify that this year because I wasn't going to set up a new email every year for a different contest. So I said, "Fuck it, it's just going to be across the board." So that's where last year we did a ticketing system for everything, but we lost it a lot in fees. In both paying the company that was running the ticketing system and then the transfer to PayPal. So we ended up losing about around about $120 or so last year just in fees. But we had a great turnout. We had a great turnout last year. This year, we've only got 2 people signed up, but I know a lot of people are definitely building for it. It didn't help that I announced this right in the middle of 2 other contests on YouTube.
Yeah, especially Zaku Aurelius's Kotobukiya build.
Yeah, his Kotobukiya thing, which just finished. So people still have a full-on month to do anything for mine. And mine's actually probably a bit easier because all the kits related to it are pretty easy. So it's either a ball, which is these little guys, and they come in master grade or high grade, or I gotta scooch over. This guy's a little out of reach. The Haros. So a nice little. This is the full mechanics figurized mechanics Haro. And so this one is available to do as well as the tiny Haro Plus, which are little guys. But if you're going to do those, at least, build a few because they're like stupid easy. For those who don't know, the Haro Plus, which is just this but shrunk down, they're actually meant to be like a beginner kit that people can literally take off the runner and build without even using tools.
For the record, my 6-year-old builds those on her own now. She gets a little help with snipping the stuff, and that's it.
But they made them so soft and engineered for kids that they can literally push them off the runner with their hands and build the whole thing without any tools. So that's cool. Actually it was a really good idea on Bandai's part to do that kind of stuff. Cool. So yeah, but
I'm doing that. I'm doing that figurized mechanics one.
Yeah,
That's
so you're doing
really badass kit.
Yep, and you've seen my review of it, so you know what to look out for on it.
Yep.
But I look forward to it. Actually, the funny thing is because this year we introduced the out of the box category, so that's like just straight build, nothing extra, no paint, no nothing. You're doing the beginner category, which means you can do a little bit of detail work and stuff like that. So that's where I get interested to see what people will be restrained to do, but I'm also interested in the people who are still new at it, and I want them to test their abilities. You get into the advanced guys, you're going to get some good shit.
Right.
In the intermediates, you're going to get, I consider myself at least an intermediate or a high-end intermediate builder. So I know what to expect from the intermediate guys. Advanced, they'll blow you away, but I want to see what the guys at the bottom end can do.
Well, and I mean, outside of panel lining and the decal work, I'm a complete fucking noob.
So it's fine for you. So I mean, so I told you is you could do beginner, you can do out of the box. Also, because of the subject matter, and we introduced a new class this year that's a exhibition class only. That's the shame class for anybody who decided that they wanted to build something that is definitely more suggestive looking or
more adult oriented.
More cock and ball oriented because
more cock and ball oriented.
Whenever I brought this up to the first 3 or 4 people, they all had the same thought, and it was right after the MG Deep Striker came out. And
I was thinking the Deep Striker cannon and 2 balls.
That is exactly the thought that all 3 people I told had that idea. I was like, well, that's gonna have to be its own thing. that's going to have to be its own thing. Or if you took like a Thunderbolt big gun, you could totally do that too.
Yeah.
But that's the most expensive category. I didn't go over the price.
Hilarious,
Sorry.
dude.
So if you're in the contest, it's $5 at the basic level with out of the box or beginner, $10 for intermediate, $15 for advanced, and $20 for the shame class. Shame class doesn't win anything except for the honor of showing off what the hell they did. Also, just as a fun fact, that class was originally going to be called something else. It was going to be called the "I see what you did there" class. So even if they were sneaky, you'd be like, I see what you did there. So that's originally what it was going to be called. But I said, screw it, we'll call it the shame class because we're all going to be way too ashamed to show these things off to people. Though unfortunately somebody found just the logo a little bit shameful. I'm not going to call them out for it again because I took that video down. But unfortunately somebody was offended by my cartoon logo.
Yeah, I watched that video.
Yeah,
You know what? It never fails. What
Damn, dude, that's
YouTube?
wild, man. Russ is out there showing his real balls on
I know,
YouTube, dude.
right? And I mean,
People
God,
don't bat an eye.
Oh, it wasn't
I don't
even.
know.
It wasn't
I
even
don't know, right?
YouTube though. If it was YouTube, that'd be one thing. No, it was a Facebook template group,
Oh, that's
Like,
even worse.
and it's a family-friendly group. I'm like, it's cartoons.
It was
Hey,
two
Russ.
haros. It was two green haros and a handkerchief.
Yeah.
Russ, you should start just joining random gunplay groups on Facebook and just like dropping a ball pick and then wait and get kicked out.
Do the
Show my
goat.
back, right?
Hey,
No.
speaking of Gundam
Yeah,
groups,
Nick.
if you want to throw it up, Gundam Fan Builds just started up. It's actually Steven Sedella that started it from THC. He's a big customizer.
Oh, cool.
Get in there, and he's a real good dude, and they've already built a real good community of people. Throw it up in there, too.
Nice.
Oh, hey, Rodimus13 is in the chat. I did.
Yeah.
I've been watching. What up, Thomas? I figured he talked to a Gundam podcast last night. Apparently, he was going to also promote the contest a little bit. So they're doing everything we can every day to spread the word because a lot of people either don't hear about it, they miss the post when I do it because I spammed every group. I'm in about 15 Gunpla groups. I spammed it everywhere. Zacharelius even brought it up for me.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
That's
But
awesome.
that didn't get
He's
much.
got-
I don't think that got that much traction. Actually, he was single-handedly responsible for doubling our contest entries last year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
He's got a
He's got over 100,000 subscribers now.
Yeah.
Almost. He's getting there. He's at 98.
Oh, is he 98? I thought he was
Yeah,
at
he's got
100,000 now.
he's got his 100K party, quote unquote, is in the middle of summer. He hasn't hit quite yet. But yes, he's
Okay.
pretty much the biggest Gundam YouTuber. There's a couple massive
Pretty
ones.
much.
I mean, I'm tiny. My channel's itty bitty, and I don't just do Gunpla, which is I think something we're going to talk about later. But that's like the mainstay of my channel. But lately, it's been I've been switching it over and doing other things that I find fun instead of just.
You did those Flame Toys kits.
I do the Flame
They come
Toys
out better.
kits. I do have them off to the side here to show off later when we're talking about that stuff. But
Sweet.
the
Wow.
fact that I do I love Transformers, I love Marvel Legends, all those things like that. So at some point, maybe later on, we'll do another like custom figure contest or something like that instead. Because I
Ooh,
know
that'd be cool.
the custom figure community is ridiculous.
People are really. It's so many people
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
wild shit.
Big
man.
wide net.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I asked to see if you wanted to come on and asked if we could have you on tonight is
Mhm.
because you've been in the realm for a few months now, and there's a lot of guys that build Gundam kits, and the entry day is this coming next Saturday. People can start entering.
Yeah, on the
But
30th,
you
yeah.
can go ahead and register now. And
Yes.
I figured, hey, some of the guys in the realm that build these kits, might want to get in on it and, support a good cause and compete. Because right now, I mean, I'm going to slaughter Rob. We can't be the only two.
No.
Dang.
The other thing is, I will take submissions for non-competition entry. So if you want to just show off your work, but you're not necessarily going to compete, I'm going to be doing a lot of feature me things as well. So like the guy from the Philippines who sent his stuff in, I'm going to be on April 1st. I'll do a video featuring his build because that really awesome kind of clockwork mobile horror is really awesome. He called it steampunk. I call it clockwork. I don't think it's not quite steampunk enough. But it's a really awesome build. It really is. It's an amazing build. He is entering the advanced level. And unfortunately, he didn't follow the rules in the first place, so it's okay that he couldn't qualify technically, because he just sent me all the pictures that he had taken professionally off of his page. He's like, but in the case of if you're entering, you got to at least send me a little tag in the picture that said, showing the date and all that stuff to make sure it is your build and everything like that. All this is discussed in the announcement video and all that, and the posted rules. And if anybody needs a link to that, it's all over my Facebook page, or if you just go to the Balls for Balls playlist on my YouTube.
Nice.
Sounds
So,
good, man.
I mean, I'm glad you guys had me on to promote it. It's a good cause, and I wanted to get a little bit more out there, because honestly, it's something that affects a lot of men, especially a lot of young men. In their mid 20s to mid 30s is usually the time that people catch that shit. So, and if nothing else, check your boys, guys. Check your nuts.
That one hits a little home for me too, because my uncle got caught late and it had progressed into the rest of his system and wound up killing him. So I have a lot. Yeah.
Well, as someone who's new to the Gundam community, I'm kind of just learning and just started not that long ago. It's really interesting. How I didn't know how many people actually did this. I was like, damn, a lot of people build these things. So
it's soothing.
Yeah, it is soothing. I find it relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
there are a lot of female Gundam builders out there too.
Yes,
both my daughters, dude. Both my daughters are deep into this shit now.
Yeah. The president of our Texas Gundam Club is a female.
Tex Merkis.
Yeah, that's cool.
Tex Merkis.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, she's pretty big in the Gundam community.
He's like, I don't know who she is.
Like, who's that?
No, the weird part would be if I actually knew who she was. I just have never heard that name before. Well, the funny thing is, it's a lot of isolated pockets with Gundam and Gunpla building. There's actually, I'm in 3 separate Texas Gundam clubs that mostly don't know about each other. I was like, so we've got 3,500 people in one, and there's like 17 in this one, and there's 200 in this one. I'm like, hello. I was like, get everybody lumped in. Come on,
join forces.
Yeah, join forces. Like, man. I mean, I get it if you didn't know, if you didn't know there was a thing. Like when I started, I didn't know. I found the Austin Gundam Club. So I was driving 2.5-3 hours to go hang out with those guys because there was no one in Houston that was doing it. And then I found another guy in Houston who was doing it in Austin. So it's like we got together with a couple other people we met locally, and we started up the thing. And then it became more official and all that stuff. So I mean, it's a fun community in the same way that all of these other communities can be fun.
Nice, dude.
And we just had a build meet last Sunday for St. Patrick's Day.
Cool.
Yep.
And I mean, who doesn't love big fucking robots? I mean, most of us are here because of our love for big fucking robots.
True that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta do an off. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say the creative aspect and the customization aspect too is just great ways to fill your spare time. So
yeah, well, like the phrase goes, Gunpla is freedom.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed, it is.
Though I will say some people need to have their freedom taken away.
I've learned that too. There are people that are a little neurotic about it. It's kind of crazy.
There's that, but there's just a shout out to my buddy Inked Gunpla. He built a thing for a contest last year. He was going in a different direction until he was told that he didn't meet the rules anymore. They changed the rules on him just to exclude him. So he cranked what he was doing up to 11, but he built a very hentai directed Gunpla.
That's right up our alley.
And he did it.
You gotta send us that picture.
I don't have them on purpose. But if you go to Inked Gunpla on Instagram or Facebook, you can see the pictures. He did a phenomenal job.
Dude.
Huh? Yeah,
I follow that dude.
Yeah. He did a phenomenal job on it, but it was so once he found out he couldn't compete, he cranked it up to 11.
Is there any toxicity in that community, like in the Gundam community?
So
Is it just like everything else?
It's
bad.
Like, okay, exclude just the building side. So you're going only Gundam anime side. There's so much
Right.
toxicity between the different universes. It's like Transformers. Like, okay,
Yeah.
you got this show, this show, this show, this show, and it's the same exact thing with Gundam. And it's so funny to see people tear each other apart over liking a different
Wow.
anime. Now, if
Yeah.
the toxicity for builders is actually not so much that way. It actually comes in between jealousy and selfishness, where you don't want to share your techniques, you don't want to share how you did something.
Oh, I got
So
you.
you're not helping the community out, you're just showing off. Or you get
Yeah.
the people on the opposite side of that who are like, man, I wish I could do that. I hate that guy because he can do
They're
that.
gonna talk trash about them because
Yeah,
they
exactly.
don't have the skills.
Or you
I
didn't build it this way, you're wrong, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, man, that's a bummer when someone like does something cool and you're like, hey, like what? Or like if like a lot of times when I see a custom figure, I'll be like, what's like the recipe? And they're like, I don't like to share that stuff.
There's
Bummer
somebody
me.
out there right now, and I'm not going to talk shit about them, but they're molding their own parts.
Mm.
But they won't
Jesus.
show how they're doing it. They're just showing the end result.
Ah,
So they're casting. They're it's definitely like a putty cast because you can tell by the flash and stuff. But they're like, just go look it up on YouTube. I was like, why don't you just tell us how you're doing it?
Yeah.
It's like, because it looks
Yeah,
like it's
if you
melted.
know, yeah.
Because it
And
looks
for the
like it's melted.
record,
Yeah.
molding that shit ain't hard because I've done it not for Gunpla, but I've
Yeah,
done it
and
for
that
other
dude
shit.
could probably be making some
get sh-
money off of this, man.
Yeah, but it's
Be
like
"You
he's
want
just
them parts? Let me
he's
get 'em."
just yeah, he's just double casting, triple casting parts that exist like V fins and stuff like that.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
now if it's for your own edification, I was like, okay, sure, but why are you? It's like, because they're making multiples. I'm like, this is weird. It's like, why would you mold Exia's V fin 4 times? Okay, if you want another
Yeah.
color, sure. But it's like, well, I broke this one, so I made myself 3. I'm like, what? I was like, just glue the
Yeah.
old one. But then like, what was the thing they posted today? I think it was Sazbi's side skirts or something like that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I guess they're working up to casting in clear, but I think what they're doing is melting runner and using that, which is kind
That
of,
makes sense.
it's
Smart.
a heads up deal, versus resin casting, which is doable by all means.
Yeah.
Because I've got a kit for doing that. I've just never really played with it. But I've been playing lately with sprue goo. I made my own sprue goo, which is super easy. And it helped.
Is that where you take like your little nubs and shit and put them in a little bit of
Cement. Yep.
plastic cement?
Yeah, or even cut
Okay.
up your old either that or cut up your old runners, or use styrene sheet, which is what I was doing because I'm using it on that custom local type I'm working on.
Mhm.
And I needed it to match, so I needed that white styrene, and it works. I mean, it's basically
It's a
liquid.
great seam filler too.
Yeah, it's basically liquid putty filler,
that's
but you're
cool.
filling it with the plastic itself.
Yeah.
So it sands like the rest of it, and it'll fill. If you make it real thin, it'll fill in a seam real super easy. You make it a little
Where
bit
do
thicker,
you-
you can build it up.
Where do you buy styrene from? And like, how do you work with that? Because I've seen a lot of like Transformers customizers use that.
I get mine at Hobbytown, but you can buy it in bulk online. It's just
Like-
super easy.
So like,
The
how do you
float-
like cut it and everything? Like, can you like shape it or?
Yeah, you can do it. Well, basically,
X-Acto knife.
yeah, X-Acto knife. I've got a
okay.
chopper for cutting
Mhm.
small things. Here, hold on.
Yeah, it's only like 2
got-
millimeters thick.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got my chopper here, which is literally like a little.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And it's got the little lines on it
So
too.
yeah, so it's got just a basic razor blade right there, and it has stoppers so you can have it
So-
set to length.
And
So-
if you get styrene, like it's a sheet,
Yes,
right? So like, can you mold it to be like in a curved shape or something?
I did.
like
I
that?
actually did that
How
when
do
I
you
did.
do that?
Well, what I did, because I made a custom seat for my Musha Gundam, which if you'll have to go through my thing to look at the photos for that.
thing's beautiful.
And what I did there is I layered it three layers thick. I think it's 0.04 thickness, and I layered it three layers thick, and then I cut it to length, and then I took cut the length and width, so the length of the seat itself, and I clamped it to a big cooking pot, and then took a hair dryer to it.
Oh, okay.
So it softened it up, and it actually shaped it to the exact curvature I needed. If you want to do it, say like a rounder shape, it'd probably be the same process. Just take a hair dryer, or if you got a heat gun, just real careful, make sure you don't melt through it, and just set it over the surface you want. Same kind of anything you want to do there.
That's
But
cool.
I've been using it on like I keep saying, this custom local type I've been working on for over a year that's a local type Gundam for those who don't know. So this is a basic local type right here. So it's from the Origin MSD. So I've highly custom. Yeah, it is a high grade 1/144th. And Josh is, I think I've shown it to Josh. The custom one. So I've done an enormous amount of custom work, and it's almost entirely styrene. So you can, if you can work wood, you can work styrene, which is how I made styrene look like wood.
Nice.
I'm a pro at working wood, man.
Hey, I'm good at laying
different.
pipe, but I'm not much of a plumber.
You dirty dog.
Nice.
Fitting right in with what we do here.
Yeah, I've been I've
Yeah,
seen
no shit.
styrene used a lot, and I've always like wondered like what is it like to work with it. And
Yeah, I mean it's super easy. Especially basically all you need is measuring tools, sharp blade, and glue. So
Nice.
get your Tamiya-thin cement or regular cement, whichever way. It just depends on the how much you want to melt it realistically. And
Ever use CA glue, super glue. That shit is terrible to bond with that.
it's terrible to bond for that, but it is good for other things, obviously.
for, like,
Well,
other
yeah.
plastic.
Yeah. It has its purposes because I've actually, some of my older customs, actually one of the ones I'm going to show off here in a bit, all the custom parts I've made for it were with CA glue. I didn't have,
Oh, nice.
so I didn't have,
The plastic cement, the type of glue it is, it causes a chemical reaction with the styrene and actually makes it melt a little bit.
yep, it's
And it just kind of chemically bonds the two pieces together into one solid fused piece.
whereas CA glue is an additive bond, so it's what's holding things together, and CA glue is very brittle. Even if you add a binder like
Baking
soda or anything else like that, but it has its benefits in plenty of other things. Even in modeling or anything else, you can definitely use it for stuff like that, especially if you start playing with baking soda, because that makes it instantly ridges and adds body to it. So
Yeah.
and
Cool.
get some get some into set. For the love of God, if you're going to do it, get some into set.
Yeah, you can think of the modeling cement more like a weld. It's a plastic weld.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah.
plastic weld. You're exactly right. It does
Like,
melt
doesn't
it
it
together.
cause like that creates like a chemical reaction or something?
It's literally like I forgot. I think it was Testers or somebody's, the one that comes in a tube. You know, the old blue or red tubes.
Yeah, the old tester stuff.
Yeah, the old Tester stuff. That's what I used to use back in the day, and it would do that, just not as easily as like the Tamiya Ultra Thin. Because I used to get that all over. Because I've been building model kits since I was a young teenager, but I was doing cars and stuff back then. So I made big messes with that, and I melted a few things by accident, but putting a little too much glue.
Been there, man. I
yeah.
melted half the bottom of a plane doing the two fuselages together. Melted a huge chunk out of the damn thing.
Yep. But then it's fun when you put your hand over it and it's actually warm. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And it's more fun now that I've stopped doing it so much as work.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Because cranking out the amount of videos I was doing in the last 2.5 years, mostly being Gunpla, doing 2 or 3 builds a week.
Oh, dude, you're double October.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you had to be wrecked after Double October, man. I watched the playlist.
Yeah,
I'm sure it can get pretty crazy.
26 kits in less than 3 weeks, including a perfect grade.
Wow, yeah.
That is insane, dude.
Yeah. You can ask the wife. The most I did was 4 high grades in 8 hours.
Wow.
Oh my God, dude! It takes me 8 hours to get just part of a high grade done.
That's why towards the end of his Double October playlist, it's more like, and this is another fucking kid.
Yep. I was so tired. That month did not go the way it was supposed to. I was supposed to have it almost entirely finished before October even happened. Like I was going to film throughout the year and everything like that. Plan went to shit by March, and then so I had to figure something out literally in September. So in September, I spent an ass load of money, got all the kits I needed to fill it out. Actually, bought too many. And then, I think the biggest accomplishment, if I want to brag about it at all, was building that perfect grade Exia in 19 hours.
You built that in 19 hours?
Yes.
Dude,
Damn,
that
dude.
shit.
Jesus, dude.
That kit's
Damn, bro.
In 8-hour blocks.
That
And I built,
insane, dude.
Oh, sorry.
And I did my custom GNXS in 2 days.
Wow.
So that was a full custom kit bash and paint job in 2 days, while building
Damn.
other things. It's like, yeah. So that was and
Jeez,
reviewing
man.
and taking the time to review, edit, and all that shit.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's why I'm
You got a
building
time
very
machine at your
slowly.
house?
Yeah. That's why you've been doing a lot of other things here lately.
That's why I'm doing my builds real slow now, with the exception of the one that's going to be up for my patrons next week. Those casually took about 4.5, 5 hours. But that's just, as a kid, I didn't even look at the instructions. It's like I built it so many times. I actually, until I did this review, I didn't know how many times I'd actually built that particular kit. So I was just casually building it. It's like I only had to look at the instructions like once to be like, which part do I actually use here? Because it's got like multiple different versions of the same part, and I'm like, which one actually goes here? Like, okay, good. And then I moved on, just continuing.
Oh, was it
Sweet.
another graze?
It was another. It was graze. It was 2 grazes.
Okay.
Do you like?
Oh,
build every day then?
the latest P Bandai ones.
Yes. What was that, Sam?
I said, do you build like every day then?
I
Spend
used
time
to.
every day?
I used to. When I have a project going, yes. This week I haven't. This week I haven't built since like Sunday, which I've got my latest build, which is non-Gundam, but it's still a kit. That was a Figure Eye standard Naruto kit.
Oh, that's cool. So is that how you like keep yourself from getting like? I mean, do you ever get bored with it, or is there other stuff that you collect or?
Well, I mean, like I've got all my Transformers, I've got all my Marvel Legends, and all that stuff like
Right
that. So that's where I play. And then I take the Gundam or the kit building a little bit more seriously. Like the Musha Gundam took me almost 2 months because as I was going, decided to customize it. So I was going real slow instead of cranking it out in a day or so to get the review done. I said, I'm going to do this slow. I'm going to do project updates. I'm not just going to blow it out to get it done. And that's what I'm going to do this year.
Yeah.
While I have plenty of things that I can just build and review, certain things I want to make as projects. And I've got several custom builds already started that I need to finish this year. On top
That's
of
what
that.
I'm going to do with. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
That's what I'm planning on doing with that Real Great Suzabi. I'm going to go balls out with it, and I'm going to actually add etch parts and metal details to it. And
Yeah,
There you go.
You told me you're
Totally.
buying those. Yeah, there's some crazy backup stuff for those.
Mhm.
But so like the custom balls. Well, I say custom. So this is this is what I did for my ball review last year. Totally unrelated to the thing going on. So this is one that's built straight. This one I customized, and just for reference, it started out like this and ended up like this in 45 minutes.
Nice.
So this is a 45-minute paint job.
Right?
Does that include dry time?
That included dry time because I use a hairdryer.
Oh,
If you use Tamiya paints, it's like
yeah,
that.
those things
yeah,
are
like Citadel
great.
kind of like that too.
Yeah,
Is that
and that's,
that
Yeah, but
Tamiya?
these are
Dry.
Tamiya sprays.
these are rattle cans.
That's the metallic, isn't
Oh
it?
no shit! Wow.
Yeah, this is
Hey,
this is
do you
rattle can.
airbrush?
I have an airbrush compressor. I've yet to get an actual airbrush. That's the next step.
Okay.
But I'm about maxed out what I can do with spray can.
I've been looking for
Yeah.
someone that is handy with an airbrush to do a job for me.
Yeah. So like, say the last thing I fully painted was this Starscream, and that's all rattle can.
Wow. I need to check that out, man, and test one of those out. And just
The
see
Flame
what's
Toys
up with
kits?
them. No,
They're-
the Tamiya rattle can paint.
They're really good, but they don't last very long. But the coverage is so good without
Wait, you
being
mean
heavy.
like the can doesn't
Mhm.
last long?
Yeah,
or-
the can itself, you know,
Okay.
because they're
See,
little
that-
guys. They're like
yeah,
100.
that's-
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah,
bunch of
a lot
them
of
right here. They're not very big.
No, but I like unless you're doing like really heavy coverage, like I had to do on Starscream with that red. That was
Yeah.
5 coats. That blew out most of a can by itself, and that was all super thin coats, but it's nearly a clear red. So it took that long to actually get the proper coverage that I needed. But that was my fault for sanding a little too abrasively.
Because I was asking because it's like whenever I'm making something, I have to like really want to do it for it to be decent, or like it can't be like a chore for me, or else like it's not going to get my best work, you know.
Yeah, I feel that. That's why I stopped.
About.
But that's what because airbrushing can definitely feel like a chore because you've got to set it all up. You got to get your PSI right. You got to get your paints out.
Mhm.
You got to make sure your brush is clean before you
Yeah,
get
like
into
get
it.
the room ready, don't
Yeah,
you?
get your room ready if you don't have a dedicated area. So if you've got to set up your spray booth and your venting and all that.
Gotta watch out for overspray. That's for sure.
Well, that's why you have a vent. That's why you get it. That's why you get a vent booth or a spray booth so that it sucks all the overspray. You could do like Ingumpla does. He doesn't have a window or anything. He just cut a hole in his wall and he vents it directly down into the wall itself.
He just like goes into his neighbor's apartment. They're all just like high as fuck, like don't know.
That would be funny. No, at least he's got his own house. But he's told me to do that here. We have a tiny apartment, and I'm like, I'm not cutting a hole in the wall to do that because it will drift into the other room. Because even if I'm in here in the cave, and so when I was working on that Musha and then another project where I was gluing stuff and stuff like that, I'm in the room, so I don't notice it. After a minute of the fumes, you don't notice. And then I go out there, and the wife is
hallucinating.
Yeah, well, the wife is complaining.
You got a bloody nose.
Smells so bad in here. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then like I'll take the trash out, and I'll come back in. I'll be like a wall. Like, oh, Jesus. Oh, I was sitting in this.
Wow.
But I was like, but like,
Do you guys have any kids?
No, we don't have any kids yet.
Okay.
We don't have any space for them because my whole room would. It's like, because we have a 2-bedroom and both bedrooms are mine at this point.
You could put it in the detolf. I mean,
yeah, baby could fit in the detolf, I guess.
Until they're about 9 months old and start walking around and crawling and everything.
Yeah, this room would definitely not be good for small children. At least grown children is fine because we've had like Rodimus 13, his son came over with them one time and he was perfectly fine and he's a good kid and stuff like that. He didn't mess with anything and he always asked permission. But now that I've got all my figures and stuff out on display on Billy's over here, that's another story. Like they'll just walk up and grab something, But it's not a real big fear, but it's more safety.
Yeah, and it's like depends on how you train them, man. Because like my oldest son's 4, and like he knows what he can and can't play with, and like if he wants to, like he'll ask, and if I'm like no, like you can't touch this, like he's always cool about it,
Yeah.
Oh, Sam, those Tamiya rattle cans, I got one here. They're 100 milliliters net volume. Is
Where
how much
are you
paint it
getting
has
yours
in it.
from, Josh?
I usually order mine from a site called Scale Hobbyist because they'll have them on sale quite often. And if you like at Hobbytown, they charge you like $7.50, $8 a can.
Yeah.
And like Scale Hobbyist, I usually can get them for half price, about $3.50, $4.
Nice.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna check that out and try one.
They're really good. And unlike one thing I found out last year, no, not last year. Shit, how long ago was that? 2 years ago, with my custom grays. I ran out of Tamiya paints, but I didn't have time because my Hobbytown's an hour away. So I just went to Hobby Lobby right around the corner, and all they have is testers. And I tried to apply the testers the same way I do Tamiya, and it doesn't. It goes on super thick and heavy and nasty. I'm like, I'll never go back to another rattle can. It's like it's Tamiya only at this point, or Mr. Color. Mr. Color is pretty good.
Color is really good too. But these type of paints, they're made thinner because they can be with the plastics that Bandai uses and Kotobukiya and other companies. These paints are formulated so it'll stick directly to the plastic. You don't even have to use a primer if you don't want to.
That's
I prefer to use a primer.
This wasn't primed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy wasn't primed at all. This is straight on the plastic.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's how good that paint is, though.
You don't have to rough it up or anything. It goes right on.
You can if you need to, but if it's not going to be moving, it's not a problem. If it's a non-moving part and if you clear coat it anyways, it should be fine. But I generally take a really really light buffing stick to any surface. But like say with the Flame Toys kits, I always rough them up a little bit, or I'll prime if it's a full color swap.
At least to get the Cosmoline off of them so that they don't.
Yeah. Exactly. You want that because that's ABS as well. It's not styrene, so it takes paint a little bit differently.
That's cool.
So you have to prime that out a little bit differently.
Wait, okay, I got one more question. Does styrene take paint well, or do you have to need to prime it first?
No, it takes paint really well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, like I said, unless it's something that's going to be moving a lot, like a joint or something like that, that's the only time you're going to want to really prep. Or if you're doing, obviously, if you're going to do a full color swap on something, you want to prime. But 90% of the time, I can look around the room here. Most of the stuff I painted isn't primed.
Nice.
That's good. Good.
All right,
We
so
want to move on a little bit. I mean, we
yeah,
kinda-
that's what I was gonna say.
Yes. Yeah, get off me for a minute. Go to somebody else.
If
Well,
you-
we can come all back to this when we get into our topic for the night.
Yeah.
Too. This is kind of all in line with that.
Yeah.
So, guys, balls for balls contest.
yeah, definitely.
Check it out, everybody.
I'm going to shut up for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Join, build, have fun. It'll be awesome.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to news. Thank you, Shoki, for everything, and we'll get probably back more into stuff when we start sharing pictures and stuff. All right, so we got news, guys.
Yay!
We'll go ahead and start with all the good stuff. Recently, it was announced that Peter David and Dale Keown will be on the Hulk again. Peter David's run is pretty much one of the legendary runs of the Hulk.
That's the exact word I was going to say. Legendary.
Yeah. It had the AIDS issue. He did the Pantheon saga. He did Future Imperfect as a miniseries, and Dale Keown's one of the icons of Hulk art out there. So that's pretty good.
That's nice, man. That's good. They're bringing some old school back, man.
Yeah.
Use it.
All right. Like I said, some of this news we're going to just blow through because there's not a lot to say about it. Ezra Miller and Grant Morrison are writing the Flash movie together.
Dude, I've heard there's been some issues with that, man.
Yeah, see, like the thing is they brought in Grant Morrison to work with him, because Ezra Miller is one of the few people from the DCEU left after Ben Affleck left, and Henry Cavill is no longer Superman. So basically, this gives Ezra Miller an out in his contract. Because he's writing the script with Grant Morrison.
Wait, when you say gives him, does that mean he doesn't have to like play the Flash? He just has to help write it.
Yeah,
That's weird.
Well, no. The thing is if while they're writing this, if he decides that he can't get to a place where he's comfortable playing the Flash again, he's gone.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah,
it gives him
I'm
an
okay with
option. Yeah. Either way, I didn't like his Flash that much, anyways.
Me
No.
either.
Yeah.
The dude
I
that does it
wasn't
for the
mad.
TV show is much better.
Yeah.
Grant Gustin is so much better,
Man,
but they
that was like my
Yeah.
first red flag for the DC EU whenever they didn't have like that Flash be a part of the Justice League, because I was like, why, man? It's like the show's already got a big following and everything, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good point.
That's a topic for another time.
and,
Yeah, I mean, you know they're trying to keep the TV and movie universes separate.
Very
and-
separate they are. Yeah.
which is dumb.
Yeah, because it's a wild. Marvel just.
Yeah, that's the
Marvel crosses over, but not one way to the other.
right.
Yeah, but you don't have the same characters playing directly.
Well, it seems like the TV shows will talk about movie more than movie will talk about TV show.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
more
so-
more of a meshing, and it works better.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Going
So-
through everything, between Shield having consequences, all the Netflix
Right.
shows,
Mhm.
and that's just
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
and that's just gonna probably continue with the series we talked about a couple weeks ago coming to the Disney Plus service.
But you're gonna be excited to
It
know.
gives you a reason
Right.
to watch them, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's exciting to know that it's part of the same universe, though. That they're all
Yeah.
like you're just seeing like you got the Avengers are way to fuck up here, and then you got and then some of the TV shows
Yeah,
you would
and
see
it's like
on
how much-
Netflix was the little guys, you know.
Like how much I feel like I bring this up every week with DC about consumer confusion, because like the
Yeah.
average Joe is like, wait, why is there a? Hold on a second. Sorry.
Why is
But
there
Your
Yeah.
cell phone during theater processions, Samuel.
It's muted, but it freaking MacBook, Apple, or MacBook and iPhone. It rings on my computer. but
Speaking of consumer confusion, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Stupid
what I
Mac
was saying
phone.
was it's like average Joe, like moviegoer, like they're like, wait, why is he the Flash there, but then he's the Flash on TV? Like it doesn't make sense to them, man.
Exactly.
Drives me crazy.
Because multiverse. That's why.
yeah.
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 And originally this Flash movie was supposed to deal with Flashpoint, and now they're moving away from that.
Yeah, because the TV show fucking did it.
Hold on,
Yeah.
wait. What if the DCEU movies are actually the dark multiverse, and that's why it's so sucky compared to the rest,
Like, it's the opposite.
and it's falling apart out from under itself?
Look at you, Shoki,
Yeah,
giving them
with-
a call. All right.
With you
Hey,
talking
you're gonna
about
see his name is a co-writer on the.
yeah. With you talking about the dark
You're gonna write his
with
credit.
you talking about the dark multiverse, I wouldn't be surprised if DC Animation starts to tackle that because it was so
They
popular.
need to.
I bet it'd be
Probably.
fucking awesome, man.
They need to do a series of Dark Knight's Metal animated movies.
Oh my god,
Not only
dude,
that,
that'd be
but
so
like
cool.
this new The Man Who Laughs, the Batman Who Laughs series is really good.
I'm way behind on it.
Yeah,
I'm way
I am
behind.
too,
Yeah.
but
But hold on, just bringing it up though. If they do it, who's gonna voice the Batman Who Laughs?
Mark Hamill.
But is it gonna be? But hold on, would it be Mark Hamill doing
Hamill,
his
come
best
on.
version of Kevin Conroy, or vice versa?
Dude,
Yeah.
that would be
Oh,
something, man. I'd like to see Kevin Conroy do his best
Yeah.
Joker, and I think that would be.
I think that would be the
cool,
way
man.
to go.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Insane.
All right, next up, you guys know I love the Surfer. Russ can
Hell yeah, dude, Russ's
get
favorite
Russ can
superhero.
get muted if he starts talking shit.
Say it's the worst
Um,
fucking character ever.
I'm
Fuck
hovering on that
you.
button, boy.
So Donnie Cates, who's been doing Thanos, he's writing the new Guardians book. He and artist Trad Moore will be doing a Silver Surfer mini called Silver Surfer Black. And
That
it
is
picks up
fantastic.
from the events in Guardians that have been going on, where a lot of the characters that you saw in the splash pages from the first issue of Guardians were shifted off into another universe by the Black Order, who are looking for Thanos' head to put Thanos back together, and then also Thanos had
You
a
fucking
contin-
Humpty Dumpty.
yeah, basically.
Yes.
Dude, Marvel's crazy. They're out of pocket.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
And
that's all
so
it's out, man.
like you have that going on in Guardians, and the Black Order's trying to put his body together, but he also has another contingency plan, so nobody knows what's going on. It's really interesting. Also in Doctor Strange, there is going to be a merging of Galactus and Dormammu.
Dormactus.
Dormactus. So, in the recent,
Kamamu.
yeah, in the recent Doctor Strange book, Dormammu and his brood, I forget exactly what they're called, had tried to take over Earth and were stopped, and so it looks like Dormammu's coming back, and for some reason will be merged with Galactus. I don't know how this is going to tie into the current Fantastic Four art where Doom has captured Galactus, but shit looks interesting. There's some art on CBR and Newsarama if you guys want to check that out.
Nice.
And moving right along, 21st Century Fox announced the merger with Disney is official.
Yay! All right. Now
Yay.
start redoing the fucking X-Men. Let's get going. All right. I'm down.
Well, we still got to
Alright.
deal with Dark Phoenix coming out.
Right.
Oh yeah, there's
And
still
there's
yeah.
been reshoots where Marvel has been trying to tie it into the MCU so that it'll be a smoother
they're-
fucking transition.
They're trying to save it. What'd you say?
I don't think they're trying to save it. I think they're trying to make it as least a painful transition as possible.
Right.
Yeah,
I think
they
what
gotta-
they should do is just have the whole thing explode at the end.
you know,
Yeah.
what pisses me off is they got some really decent actors.
They have some great actors. They
Sophie
have
Turner.
some
Sophie
shit
Turner
writing.
is fucking incredible. Okay,
What-
hey, if you know her from Game of Thrones, she's fucking amazing. Great actress.
Yeah.
And she plays Jean Grey, and she does a really good job. But that movie's gonna be so pissy written, so shit. You know,
Because they can only do Dark Phoenix in any of these fucking movies. It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
And they've still not gotten it right.
no.
No.
All the way
and-
back from X2, it's just been a joke.
You know, this trailer looked interesting though, but to be fair, a lot of X-Men movie trailers have made the movie look like it's going to be good. And it's a crapshoot. It's like it might be good, it might suck, and it's either one or the other.
Yeah,
There's not much in between.
Yeah.
Man, I'm just glad that this era of X-Men is over.
Yeah,
Well,
no, man.
Well,
one
the
of
good
these-
that
Now
brings
we
us
get
into
hit.
the subtopic of this is that Marvel has confirmed that the only returning X character when they take over will be Deadpool.
Perfect.
Yeah, he will not
Perfect.
be
That's what they need to
rebooted.
not fuck with.
Yeah,
Stay
they
man.
said he is going to be aware of
He has
his
to be self-aware
prior
of everything.
continuity.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
which makes
I
sense.
can't wait because he'll
I'm
probably
gonna-
have a line like, "Oh wait,
Oh, he
the
will.
mouse made this one."
Yeah, you know he's gonna have a good time with that. It's gonna be good. Oh yeah, and also we got
I'm bummed because I really like
Harry Logan.
James McAvoy is Professor X, and then Michael Fassbender is Magneto.
That's
I thought they were really good.
fantastic.
But other than that,
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest of the group. But like, I'm waiting for Deadpool to be like, "Hold on there, Mickey. Don't mess with Stanley's work."
yeah.
It's gonna be good. But like, I gotta wonder if with this resetting of the universe that we're gonna get with Endgame, if they're gonna somehow tie that in and be like, "Oh, look, mutants are a thing now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been saying for months I want to see, like, at the end of Endgame, like, say somebody at the original Avengers Tower in New York looking out across the city landscape, and then like you see another skyscraper, across the city way, and a big 4 logo on the motherfucker.
It just suddenly
Oh,
appears.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah. But
And then be like, that's new.
Yeah.
Or not
Like,
even.
the universes somehow merge,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
Marvel has had their own out with this for a long time, and I guess because before they tried to get Fox and work this, when they came up with the whole new version of the Inhumans, shtick, where it's random, people can be fucking based off Inhumans anywhere, and then of course with what happened in Agents of Shield, with sending out the crystals and the fish pills, basically.
Right.
And random people were turning into Inhumans. It's like, hello, that was your in route to get mutants into this universe. They just couldn't call them mutants. Now they can.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they literally could still run with that and will just completely ignore the Inhumans show. That was really bad.
That was really bad. Yeah.
It's like bringing in Ramsay Bolton right after what had just happened in Game of Thrones. I was like, that was a bad idea for your show. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Bad idea.
I tried catching a couple episodes of it, and I wasn't too terribly impressed.
Well,
Yeah.
I got through the whole thing. I can tell you, it sucked.
Well, I'm such an X-Men fan that the idea of, for past several years, the X-Men have kind of been shit on and pushed to the side, and the Inhumans try to be brought to prominence, and I was just like, fuck the Inhumans.
Well, like we were talking
I
about
like the
last
Inhumans.
night, man. Like we were talking
not
about
bad.
last night, it's since Marvel couldn't capitalize on the franchise, they walked all over the X-Men until they could get it back. Now that we got them back, man, ooh, it's fucking
They're gonna do them right.
game over.
Well,
It's gonna
for
be
the
awesome.
past few months in the comics been getting really goddamn good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be crazy, dude. Fucking Harry Potter's gonna be Wolverine. It's insane, dude.
Dude, I was
World, dude.
fucking. I laughed at
short
that
enough.
shit.
He's the right
Yeah,
size.
told you
No.
guys, man. Wolverine's got to be like my size, man.
Yeah, he's supposed to be 5'3".
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
he's a good actor, man.
Yeah.
If
Looking
he
at
would
those
Yeah.
fan
pull off, it'd
renders,
be him.
and looking at those fan renders, dude, it's like, okay, now I get it. Sam was
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Now we
Oh,
just need
God,
a
man.
not so Hugh Jackman.
that's
Yeah.
exactly.
But that's like, if they can somehow later on down the line pull out another old man Logan story and actually use fucking Hugh Jackman for that,
Oh yes.
years down the line, like just
Yeah, dude,
fucking
they
sneak him
they
in there.
can use some of them
See-
Lord of the Rings tricks and make them look small.
Well,
They
the
don't even
thing,
need that. Just leave him as just because he's alternate universe. He's an alternate timeline in the
yeah.
first place, so he can be
Well,
whatever he needs to.
Yeah, but in the
Yeah.
universe, Logan's tall.
Yeah, in that universe, he's tall. But I mean, Deadpool's be the only person who knows about it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
So I mean,
But,
he still needs to be in a Deadpool movie. Let's just be honest.
yeah. But
Yes.
Hugh Jackman has said that he's done with Wolverine, but he
Yeah.
did an interview on Stern a couple
Right.
months ago and said that he would consider coming back for an MCU movie.
Yeah, why not?
He
He
said-
said,
Really?
Mickey money.
Yeah.
So yeah,
money,
well,
money,
maybe
money,
that's
man.
Well, it makes sense though. Maybe he's intrigued too because he's like fucking. I would like to work with Marvel because they might do a good job. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Well, after X-Men Origins Wolverine, I could definitely understand why he wouldn't want to come back for a bit.
right.
But
True.
fucking
But-
Logan was awesome.
But he left. But he left
Logan
out on
was
Logan.
Yeah, Logan was really good. It was really
Yeah, it
good.
was.
Yeah.
I
You know
enjoyed
why?
it.
'Cause they let it be rated R, man. And
Yeah.
it gave them
Yep.
that was
Well,
one of my
and-
favorite
well-
superhero movies of all time. It was good.
I like how they incorporated X-23 into it too. It's pretty
Yep,
badass, you know.
Yeah.
What I mean, and she was
But
pretty
don't let
awesome.
don't let EE hear you say that, Russ. He didn't like her.
What?
Hey,
Come
Eric,
on,
cover your
dude.
ears, man. Cover your ears.
What's he's in the chat?
Yeah.
There he is.
And for our next news story, we have a little bit of a throwback for you guys from the beginnings
let's
of
go,
this
man.
show.
Oh, we built our show on this
We
shit.
built the first
you go.
episodes on my channel.
Oh, it's a movie pass. You know what I mean? We should all get
It's
a
Movie
pass.
Pass.
We're
So
gonna send him a tweet with some money and say we're supporting you just because your
Yeah.
failures have
Hey,
made
you know
us
what?
laugh so much.
Guys, it'll keep us humble and remember where we came from.
yeah. So Movie Pass is pulling the same old shit. They're reorganizing their subscription service.
Again.
Again.
yeah.
And like there's just so many hoops you're gonna have to jump through. It looks like for a limited time, and I believe they said 60 days, they're going to have an unlimited plan for $9.99, and then it's going to jump up after that. And
But the caveat is you gotta pay
$9.99
for a
per
whole
day.
year. You got to pay for a whole year up front.
right, you have to pay
That's
for the
right.
whole.
You
You
gotta-
have to
yeah.
pay for the whole year up front.
They're locking you in.
Yeah, 3D movies are not included. The 2D movie.
What is
the
it, 1998?
Yeah. The 2D movies are still going to be only select ones.
Did you say titty
2D?
movies? Or
2D.
Oh,
Those
dang,
flat
okay.
movies. Those
Oh,
movies
yeah.
So it's just Movie Pass doing their same old shit, and it's fucking, it's crazy because they've still been in trouble for not allowing people to unsubscribe for this to the service. And
That's crazy to me, dude.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you not be allowed to drop out of it? I don't understand that.
Well, send me your credit card information and
That'll
social
do it,
security
right?
number, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, but they got to be suing. I mean, aren't people suing the fuck out of them for that? I
They
mean,
should be,
they
unless it was in
should
the
be.
contract.
Yeah.
yeah,
At least
they're-
that's the only thing I can think of is this was contractually.
Nobody reads terms of service agreements. How would they know?
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
it
there's
would
some
be a
class action shit too, though.
You can
I
be
don't-
16 and drop out of high school, and you can't drop out of Movie Pass.
yeah,
When you're an adult.
fucking great. It's
To be fair,
terrible.
you don't pay for high school per year.
yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Yeah, I know, right?
Now, if you're stuck in private school and that's another story.
Yeah.
Well, can't you just change your credit card and just flat out not pay them?
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
would just
lot to
cancel.
get out of a goddamn movie subscription service.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
a lot to have to
Insane,
do.
Well,
dude.
It's wait, hold on. Are these guys actually Columbia House?
No.
Probably.
Yeah, God, it feels like it, doesn't it?
We're back to the 90s. This is fucking
Yeah.
Columbia House again.
You get,
It's
you get
super cheap.
fucking
you can
20
get-
cents for a penny, and then we're gonna rip you off for the rest of it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you
I
don't
got
buy
you.
our monthly CD, we charge you more.
Exactly. And we're
Holy
gonna
shit, are they Columbia
Just
House?
get a new
Wow.
credit card, move away.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
try to get a
Change-
new social security number. I don't know if that's possible, but
My favorite was when they would ask you what kind of music you like. You put it in your face, and they would send you something that's totally off the fucking rail.
Yeah, just whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're still having to go into witness protection to cancel Movie Pass. So
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
you
it would be
gotta-
fun.
you-
It would be
Rob,
funny
you
if
gotta-
Movie Pass was
you gotta
shoving
fake
shitty
your
movies
own
down your
death.
throat, though.
That's
It
what they
would
do,
be
man,
hard.
because they only have like a select number of titles that you can see.
you
So
can
they
go see
kinda are-
Granny's House 3, but don't try to see a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Dude,
gonna
that's
see.
on
They're gonna,
xnxx.com, dude.
they're gonna have
Oh,
the shittiest movies. Like,
Hey,
hey, go see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You just got to get your Movie Pass card and like put it in a where you got to go to the morgue and get like a cadaver body and just like put your wallet in it.
Yeah.
Drive your
Really
car
good.
off the- Yeah, and then you're out.
It is a shame that you get
You're
it.
out
You
of
gotta go through so much bullshit to get out of it, though. I can't believe it, man. Oh,
They're the ones that'll be standing at your final estate going, they owe us.
yeah.
I got like I'll get a YouTube TV subscription so I can like watch some bullshit right now. Like I'll forget to cancel it, like because after like my 5-day free trial, like as soon as they charge me, I just hit up Apple. I'm like, dude, somebody got on my shit. I got all these subscriptions, and like they'll refund me my money. So it's as easy as that, you know.
Yeah.
He was watching Cobra Kai. Don't lie. I know what you was watching.
Dude, I can't wait for the next season of Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. I'm
Oh
excited.
my god.
That's
a
on
good
YouTube,
show.
right?
Yeah, the YouTube
Premium.
Premium, yeah.
I couldn't handle seeing Johnny as I'm like an old man. Killed me.
Dude, it's fucking amazing, Rush.
Johnny's
He
awesome
needs
in
to
that show.
fucking-
He's the
He's-
rightful
he's-
fucking hero as he should have been.
I don't know, man. Daniel's a douchebag, though, totally.
Daniel is a douchebag. Johnny just had no father figure, and he's seen the error of his ways, and he's trying to be a good teacher.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
To Johnny's kid or to Daniel's kid.
Daniel's kid. No, it's like
Nah,
his, not his kid, but it's like no, Daniel is teaching Johnny's kid. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Daniel's like passes on to Miyagi-Do karate.
Miyagi-Do. Yeah. So we had 2 big trailers drop this week.
Indeed.
Yes, sir, we did.
Yeah.
Deadwood teaser trailer for the movie on HBO, May 31st.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit.
Let me ask you guys.
Shoki, did you watch it?
I did not. I've never seen episode 1 of Deadwood.
Okay, so the only people,
Here we go.
the only
Yeah, here we
people
go.
on this panel that have watched Deadpool are me.
Dude, you boys are way outnumbered now, man. We got guests coming on here saying that
Yeah, I mean,
Not that I
Every guy.
don't know what it is. I've just never watched it.
Yeah, I've heard of it too.
You
and I
need
just
a
never
yeah, but man, it's such a great series, and I'm glad that they're finally gonna tie up all the plot points in the movie.
that's
it's gonna
what
be
I was
on
gonna ask
HBO. It's gonna be on HBO on May 31st. The only people on the panel that have
So
seen it are
clearly-
me and Josh.
Clearly, you should like before anyone goes to see this movie. We should watch the show, obviously, because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
going on.
I
really,
mean,
right?
the
So
show,
wait, when
the
does,
show is
when does
just
Game of
amazing.
Thrones come back?
April 14th.
April.
Okay,
14th,
so I already have the subscription, so I'll just go ahead and knock that out.
right.
Yeah.
I just keep that
Isn't
shit on.
Deadwood
so.
on Amazon Prime though?
Yeah,
It's available
Deadwood
on
is-
Amazon Prime.
It
if
is
you
on
have
Amazon Prime for free.
We've got Prime,
yeah.
so I guess we could watch it there if I feel like it.
Yeah,
we're-
go ahead and start it, man. It's 3
I bet
seasons
you-
of gloriousness.
I've got HBO now, so I'm betting I could get all. I bet they have all the seasons of Deadwood.
Yeah,
They
they
do.
should.
I bet they do. So yeah, I can watch it all.
Yeah.
I'll get caught up on it.
You know, like I said, you forgot, Russ. If we don't watch it, we're fired. Remember?
Oh yeah, I know.
I never
It's
said
like-
I don't have the power to fire anybody. I
It's
never
like
said that. I
mandatory
said,
watching.
what? Get the fuck out of
I
here.
don't.
until
I
you
don't
watch
work
it.
here, so it's okay that I didn't.
Shoki's like, fuck all y'all. I love it.
The advantages of being the guest. Hey,
I know,
here's a
right?
little
Oh,
finger.
you didn't watch Deadwood? Shut the fuck out. All right.
Yep. He's got guessed right. It's great.
The
Shoki, he's gonna fire you from OTR.
yeah.
That,
I don't
yeah,
have the rights to do that either. It's not my show.
We might actually have to do one of those to get fired from it.
Right?
The deed changed hands, and Dakota's not done one since, has he?
No.
Our
I don't even know the last one
scheduling-
that went.
Our scheduling has it's just so hard to get our schedules together to do
Well,
a build.
everyone's busy with different shit.
Well, they keep
Yeah.
wanting to do it on like a Thursday night or a Tuesday night.
Dalton's like, "Hey, are we building today?" Or Chris will be like, "Hey, are we building today?" And be like, "No, we're all doing different shit." Who wants to
Yeah.
build in the middle of a Wednesday afternoon? Sure.
Within our groups, it's always like trying to herd cats.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing, like because we run Plastic Cannibals Live out of one of our Facebook groups as well. It's the same deal where we've got a cast of 5 to 6 people, and we're like, shit, okay, when can we do this? And this week I actually proposed. I'm like, look, 90% of the time we're putting it
Did
off.
they
because
accept?
We can't
I was gonna say, what'd she say?
No, well, I told them, I was like, look, let's just do smaller shows, break it up. Like these 3 people are available on these days. These 3 people are available on these days. Do your own smaller deal. Like,
Yeah.
basically do what the realm does. Is like shit. And then once a month, if we can all get together, we do one big ass show. And like the problem was I was the one having to run it because I could do all the same stuff like you guys do here with OBS and all that. The last one they did, we actually did it on Unboxing Arts channel. And they just did it straight Hangouts.
Yeah.
No,
Nick,
Rob, you can't join.
Nick,
I'm joining.
You're gonna
Mitch.
go on off the runner and just put a build a figure.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But
Why not?
Rob got me a Gundam kit, so
Oh dang!
yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to try and do.
Yeah,
man.
at this
Dude,
point,
they-
off the runner, it's just going
they're
to
gonna
be
be-
spin
they're
off the
gonna be-
runner.
Cutting and sanding, sprue flashes off stuff. Nick's gonna be like,
Fuck it.
Dude,
Hey,
I'm,
I've worked on a
Okay.
custom figure on there, not a Gundam kit.
I'm lucky. If
I've painted miniature stuff on there before.
Yeah, you did. You painted your little Cyclopsy head thing.
I'm lucky if I cut a fucking piece out the goddamn runner without.
yeah,
fucking
Russ,
it
you
up.
could just go on there and clip your
Jesus.
fingernails.
Yeah,
So-
dude. Oh man.
Shoki, you throw out a name with a live show called Plastic Cannibals, and you expect I'm not gonna show up? Come on.
Well, that's fine. You just have to. Well, if you want in the group, you got to answer the questions at least.
I answered the questions.
What did you answer? God damn it! No, I'm
Oh
just
shit! Hey, what's
I
up?
told you
E?
sent me.
Do you eat plastic? Rob's like, yes.
Yes, every day.
Yes.
He
kidding.
gets those Kraft cheese slices and
It,
just puts
it
them
might
on
be a
and
strap on,
wrap
but
it
he
on 'em.
sure as shit eats it.
That's right.
That's
Well, it's
Russ's
going into his body. I
territory.
don't know if he's ingesting it.
Doesn't matter. Up one way, down the other. It all
What
ends
you
up
guys
in the
talking
same
about,
place.
man?
Yes, it all ends up in his ass one way or the other.
Right.
You got off the runner. We are off the rails.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
What happens?
Hey, it's still
All
not
right.
as bad as the
I think-
bad
I think-
dragon
I think-
discussion from last week.
I think if Off the Runner's going to continue, it's going to have to just like be on my channel, so I stop bouncing around.
Yeah.
And at
Well,
least
I
I'm the
mean-
only one with a Gundam specific channel.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my channel, the only things on it are the 2 shows that I've hosted of it.
Yeah, that's what's funny. It's like it's on it. Probably what
It's
3 or
on
4 separate
Chris's,
channels.
Chris's, Dakota's, mine, and Dalton's. But
Yeah,
the
it's on 4.
playlist for all the shows is only on Dalton's channel, and it's every episode
Fine.
compiled into it.
Nice.
All right.
right.
So we're gonna go ahead and get to the second trailer that dropped this week, and it is John Wick 3: Parabellum. Did anybody check this out?
Yeah,
No, I
I did.
haven't had.
I did.
Yeah, man.
I
Fucking
haven't checked it out.
Keanu Reeves is.
All right, so
Looks great. Looks
I'm
great.
gonna-
We love these
I'm gonna
movies.
I'm gonna like confess something to you guys. Like I've never really been a big John Wick fan, right?
Have you ever watched
I-
them?
I got through the first movie, and then I watched the second
Whoa.
one, and I really was not that interested in it. I think I went into the movies kind of hating on them before I watched them, right?
Oh, dude.
Didn't help.
Yeah,
But
You're
this
bad
first-
at that, Russ.
I did.
yeah,
dude.
man.
I
yeah,
was
dude,
shut-
you're shutting your mind out, man.
I
You
know,
gotta
I
open your
don't.
mind. dude.
We were talking about this last night, like the whole Into the Spider-Verse. You're like, oh, that looks like it's going to suck. I'm like,
I just
why do you
judged
think
it.
that?
Yeah, you got to give it a chance, man.
I judged it right off the bat, man. And but I would say this trailer, I was like, oh, that kind of looks fucking badass.
So now you're gonna have to go and catch up.
Yeah. I
Dude,
know.
the
I might
movies
have,
are cool, man. And
I'm
it's
gonna
like
have to watch the first 2 movies again. And
John-
have a different one,
like-
you know?
There's a few movies within the past couple of years. John Wick, the first 2 of those, The Equalizer and Upgrade, kind of like.
all kind of the same movie.
Well, not
Wait,
really,
did
not
you
really.
See Upgrade.
Yeah,
You're the only one. Okay.
yeah.
No, dude,
But-
I don't know
that's a good
anybody
ass
who has seen that movie.
That
But
movie's
like, what I'm
awesome.
trying to say is like they've like changed and like upgraded, action movies.
See what you did there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
go
I think they're definitely like I don't know if John Wick created it, but because the first Equalizer came out in like 2011 or
That's a
something.
long time ago. Yeah.
So, like, there's definitely a pocket where all these movies are kind of fitting into now. And what was that? The one with Charlize Theron?
Atomic Blonde.
Yeah, and I think like you could throw that in that mix too. But John Wick was cool, dude, because it like they built a universe like right out of that first movie,
Yep.
but they didn't tell you any more about the universe than like you absolutely needed to know to understand the movie. And like I think like that first one, dude, like that's just a great movie.
Dude, it's
Good
got
ass movie.
Banana Reeves in it. I can't stand that
But it's
motherfucker.
like his biggest problem.
Russ, you
is
just
he
hate good
starts
things.
talking, man. Yeah, Dude, Russ is a hater, man. Russ, don't be a
And-
hater.
Not everything. Just like actors can affect my enjoyment of a movie. And
Dude,
like,
I hear you.
I fucking hate that bastard. Dude.
Whenever I saw, dude, Russ,
Damn.
I'll tell you, I saw like the first trailer for John Wick 1, and I literally rolled my eyes. I was like, this is bullshit.
I'll tell you
But
what
then
happened.
I saw it, and it was, and I was like, okay,
So-
I was wrong, man.
So I was younger, and a movie called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure came out. You guys remember that, right?
Yeah, and
So
it was
I was
awesome, dude. What are you
Production
talking
on 3 started this
All right.
week, by the
Hold
way.
on.
Yeah, that I was gonna say
I
that.
smoked a lot of pot, right? And back in the day, like a lot of pot, and I would always. I was high when I went and saw it. I really thought it was the
Dude,
greatest
hell
movie
yeah,
ever.
Russ.
So then I went and saw the sequel, but I was sober when I saw the sequel. I
Oh.
fucking hated it.
You don't wanna do that.
It's the worst
Dude,
movie ever. I
Bonus,
was like,
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Hell no,
Journey
man.
wasn't quite as
Hey,
good.
Russ was in the theater. He's like, no, that's
Station.
more like Bill and Ted's Bogus movie.
yeah, I was deceived, dude. The only cool part of that movie was they were fucking playing games with death.
Chess.
That was the best part of that movie.
Chess and then Twister and
Twister?
shit. Yeah.
Death has to be back in this one, even if it's sadly
He's
probably
like-
not the same guy.
like-
But
Best of 7. Damn right. Let's go.
yes, that was the best part.
Good. But yeah, so I just ever since I kind of blamed Keanu Reeves for it.
See, I feel like Alex Winter needs to grow a beard for it though, because Keanu's not shaving his, as far as we can see.
Alex Winter,
No, it's
he's a-
not.
He's a super blonde-headed dude. I think he would look weird with a beard, man.
Yeah.
It would probably go dark, but like
It would be
I
like
think
the same color as his skin and look all weird.
yes. My
Yeah,
main
he's damn
exposure.
near albino.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
My main exposure for John Wick is actually not the movies themselves, but reviews of the movies, especially movies with Mikey. If you've ever watched that channel on FilmJoy, holy shit, he does deep dives on that stuff, and it's amazing. I know the John Wick movies are awesome. I just have not actually sat down to watch
Man,
them
hey,
completely
that's
through.
funny you said that because that's what got me to actually watch the first one. I read the New York Times review. I like the movie reviews they do, and I generally agree. Like once I watch the movie, like if they say something's good, I'll usually watch it and be like, okay, they're right, that's good. They gave high praise to John Wick, and I was like, and then I went and watched it because of that, and I was surprised, man.
I feel like we were reaching a point of action movie burnout because of Tom Cruise was like just with Jack Reacher 2 and all that.
And
shit.
Mission Impossible.
Well,
Mission Impossible. all- Mission Impossible. How did they make this one?
Right.
Um, James Bond. This is still relevant.
That last one.
Yeah.
man.
Hey, no, the Daniel Craig Bond films were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
I'm
are
not
good.
saying they're not. I'm just saying that's what it's come down to. Like
Yeah, but there's
we're still doing James Bonds.
There's so many.
Fucking-
It's so saturated now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
then
Mission
it's like you
but-
say that with the franchise, but sorry, Rob, this is real quick. But then they got something like John Wick that's like a new thing, and
Yeah,
it doesn't
it
really.
is.
It's not like a copy. I don't think of any of those other.
Not in the
John
same
Wick
way.
is also an asshole, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys don't think he's an asshole in the
Oh,
movie?
he's definitely an
He's
asshole.
totally an
But that's-
asshole, right?
yeah.
I mean, and I guess that's the point. He's supposed to be an asshole.
But
John
he's
Wick?
suffered.
Nice
He
dude, man.
suffered, and then
yeah, I mean, I know
he's
he's
got to
dog
get
had
out and do
bags.
his thing, man. They fucked with him, dude. And they
Yeah,
shouldn't
dude.
have done that.
dude,
Yeah.
Russ, when you get a chance, go over to FilmJoy on YouTube.
Yeah.
Look at the John Wick review from Movies with Mikey. It might change your mind.
Okay. Film
You might
joy.
not. You might see. You might not totally change it, but the way if you look at it the way that he puts it, it's
Yeah.
fucking intense. If I'm honest. But one thing I love about John Wick movies, they legitimately turn Keanu Reeves into an actual badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh,
like
instead of,
does
like,
all his own
okay.
shit in those.
Dude, he
movies,
gets
too,
hate,
man.
but he's a damn good actor.
Yeah.
No,
No, he is.
Stop it. No, he's not.
Yes,
He
he
is,
is.
terrible.
Constantine-
It's like, well,
Have you watched Constantine?
I cut my
Yeah,
first
I
tooth
have. I didn't
today.
like Constantine. I didn't care for it.
Oh,
Constantine was
come
fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry, but I still fucking love Point Break.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
that's a good movie.
Look, was that good because of him or because Patrick Swayze, man? Come on, dude.
That's a
Both
good
of them.
question.
Both
Both.
of them, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
No,
think-
it was great
they
because of Gary fucking Busey.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I think they could
Utah! Give me
They
two.
could've- it's
The
great.
Mummy was good. No,
They could have got.
I liked it, dude.
no, the new one.
Yeah, I did.
The
I
Tom
liked
Cruise
it.
one.
Oh dear God,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I haven't
Nick,
seen
you're
it.
fired.
Aren't they supposed to be like? Wasn't that the movie they're supposed to be like
The Dark
doing,
Universe.
like,
The Dark
Universe,
Universe.
right, where they're hooking
Universal
up?
doesn't know what
They
the
canceled
fuck
it
they're
like a
doing.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Is it because the movies just stunk
It
it up?
tanked so hard they weren't gonna do it.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they're still doing movies with like the Universal monsters. Like there's an Invisible Man coming out and shit
That was
like
that was all tied to.
That's
the
going to
Dark
be a
Universe.
hard watch, man.
I was gonna say nobody's seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on.
What
Nobody
you
can
did
top
say?
Hollow Man. Nobody can top Hollow Man.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
Yeah,
Bacon
but-
being invisible and
Yo,
rapey.
that was a really good movie, dude.
Yeah,
Hollow
it
Man
was.
great.
Howlman was fucking tight.
Yeah, it was.
Too.
Those effects were actually pretty good for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
considering when it was done, that's true.
And
Badass.
wasn't that done around about the same time as Deep Blue Sea? It seems
Yeah.
like it seemed in
I,
that
thought
same
it was- I think
blue.
I think it's older than Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
a little
maybe
older,
a year
but-
older.
It's in
but
that same
roughly
range.
in
And-
that same
Well, Hollow
Yeah.
Man was what, late 90s?
Yeah.
Like 98.
99, 2000, somewhere.
Yeah, it
And
was
then-
very,
and then they did
very
it-
late 90s.
They did a sequel to Hollow Man with Christian Slater. That was like
That's
direct to
great.
DVD.
It was called Hollower Man.
Yeah.
Even more invisible. Fuck you.
All right.
Now he's even more invisible.
All right, guys. The last piece of news before we get on to our discussion portion. TFCon is coming back to Reston.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
So
And this motherfucker gonna be there all weekend this time.
Yo, I'm taking credit
fuck,
for
I'm
this
gonna change my
because
mind.
they probably erased 25 comments on their fucking Facebook page from me saying not interested in the LA show until you come back to
see,
East Coast.
listen, okay, look what you just said, right? This is why I think that they weren't. I don't think they were originally planning this show. I think they got a lot of fucking
Noise.
people. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
noise, exactly.
Yeah.
And I went, oh shit, we better do a show on the West. We better do something.
Dude, I
you know?
think Russ. I think they had this planned a long time ago.
Okay, I get that, but
Yeah,
a
but
long
why
time
didn't you come on
ago,
that
not right.
podcast flat
Go
out
ahead.
say, and instead of saying, "Hey,
Hmm.
you know, keep in touch, keep your eyes on the show on the page, see what happens." He just flat out says, "No, we're not doing it."
Yeah.
Oh, he did see that. I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went on TFYLP, and actually Matt was in that chat. Our very own beloved Deluxe Baldwin. Hey Matt. He asked him. He's like, "Why don't you guys do a show in the fall on the East Coast? Surely you guys could do 3 shows a year." And they asked him, and he's like, "Well, you know, it's a possibility, but there's nothing in the plans right now." And that was like mid-January.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
seems like at this point a bold-faced lie because I think
Well,
they had it planned out. Because why would they? They're not going to announce the DC show before the LA one because in their mind somebody's going to go to the LA one thinking that that's it for the year. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you got 2,500 miles
That's-
between the two of them.
Yeah, but and I'm not Rob as much even talking about like fans. I'm talking about vendors. You know.
Yeah.
That's a good point because
yeah,
you might be right about that, but I'm telling you, I don't know that they had it planned. If they did, I don't think they planned it. Like it wasn't planned right after TFCon in October.
not
No.
to mention a lot of
It
those
was, not
vendors
at
make
all.
so much money at TFCon shows that they're gonna try to make both.
if
That's
they've,
true.
Yeah,
if they've
yeah.
planned this at all, any this year, they didn't start doing it until maybe February.
Right.
I think I mean, like I told you, I called, I checked the hotel. I was curious. I wanted to
Yeah.
know how quickly could you do something, and they told me most places it's 6 months, and they've even done something as soon as 2 months.
Oh
2
yeah,
months
they can
turnaround.
throw that as long as
They
the
can-
fucking room is available.
Yeah.
They can have
Yeah,
it.
as long as they've got the room and the floors, yeah.
You got it. It's
Yeah.
all availability. That's all it's about. And
Dude,
And, you know, this is October. I mean,
yeah,
8 to 6 months, they could have not even planned it until late February or even earlier this month.
I could have figured it out
Absolutely.
2 weeks ago and been like, okay, yeah.
in a
Yeah.
prior life, I threw together an entire giant trade show in 2.5 months, and that was
See?
from like drawing board to fucking completion.
right.
It can be
And-
done.
And as far as getting vendors, you know, I don't think it's short notice for vendors because, like y'all said, it's TFCon. Vendors are gonna fucking come to it because they're gonna be in there because it's a money making show. You're gonna make money, there.
Right.
Chosen
let's be
Crown's gonna
honest.
haul their asses over there again.
You better believe they will.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
fucking, yeah.
Shout out to 5%.
let's be
Yeah,
real. A lot of
indeed.
all these big vendors are all doing it full time. So for them, it's
Right.
oh, there's another show. All right, well, this is the weekend we get.
Yeah.
You give them guys 2 months notice, and that's more than enough. They'll go.
Sure.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if they're not booked elsewhere, yeah.
Right.
And most of the time, they're not because there's nothing going on.
Not 8 months out. No, not
Right.
6 months out.
Exactly. You don't
And
even
if
get
they-
yeah.
And if they're looking at, okay, what are you going to do? The small local show, or are you going to send like a small contingency to that local show and take your big trip to TFCon, where you're going to make a shitload of money?
I mean, you think about it too. I mean, when they announced it, I mean, we're looking at 7 months to October, to October 25th or whatever. It's not. It's a lot of time. They still have, ahead of time. So it's. Sam, I agree with you. They probably have had it planned for a month or two, maybe, but I don't think they had it planned from the beginning, dude. I really don't, man.
No.
I think that the fandom lit their ass up, and I think they didn't. They heard it.
I think,
and it's like
I think
just,
from the
I
moment
just
they
find
said
that-
LA, as
I
soon as
just
they
find
said
that
LA,
hard to believe that they didn't plan on doing an East Coast show this year.
Well,
I don't think
I-
it was planned.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was planned when he did that TFYLP episode.
probably not. Well, maybe they realized that it was.
Maybe he. I don't think the fans pressured him into doing this DC show. Like I just don't think that's the case.
Hold on. Well,
Like,
wait a minute now.
They had to have had this plan. Like
Why would you think it wouldn't be pressure him into doing the show? You're talking about money, dude. It's all money, man. It's a money making opportunity.
you think he didn't know he was gonna make this money until the fans spoke up and told him that he was gonna make this money?
Well, it's not just the money
No.
though.
I mean,
It's not
it's
just the
about-
money though. It's PR.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. And
He
it's
had a
bad
huge-
PR.
He had a lot of PR backlash that just really shook him. I guarantee you it shook him up. And he finally caved and said, all right, man, if I'm going to get basically it was a case of I'm not going to have success at my next show if I don't do something.
Yeah.
Well, Matt Deluxe says that
Yeah,
that is wrong. They had this planned.
yeah, Deluxe.
Okay.
argues that.
Well, Deluxe, how when did he have it planned, Deluxe? That's what I want to know. When did they have it?
I think they had to.
Like,
I think they had it planned as
I
soon
think
as they saw the
they're
ticket
getting
You can
the
say
ticket
that.
sales
They're
for
getting-
LA.
adding an extra show. I
Do you
they're
think-
adding it
you
to
think
LA
that-
show.
You think they had it planned like right after the last year's was done?
No,
He
you
says
know-
since October.
They may have been kicking the idea around. Who knows?
Deluxe
But-
says since October.
But then why
I tell
would
you what,
he
Deluxe,
say
I'd
that?
have to hear it. I'd have to hear it from their mouths to believe it.
Dude,
I don't believe it.
I'm with Deluxe. I think that
They'd
they're
have to
like
prove it
we
to
got
me.
the
I'd have
the Canada show, we got the
Bullshit.
East Coast show. We're adding the LA one. That's what I think.
No,
Yeah, I guess I don't believe it. I
But
think it's bullshit.
here's which makes more sense though if you're an event organizer. Now you're going to add this show, and rather than saying, yeah, we're going to do it this way now, if we're talking purely on vendor attraction, these vendors know they're going to make money at TFCon on the West Coast or the East Coast, and they're going to make boatloads at both. Why wouldn't they just say, we're doing LA and then we're going to do the East Coast and give
Dude,
them the time to plan?
because somebody chose LA over nothing.
Yeah, no, he's right on that. I would say that they didn't want to announce the East Coast show until LA was done, because if they said, yeah, we're just doing one back here on the East Coast, half the people wouldn't have gone to LA. They would have just waited it out. They wouldn't have cared.
You guys think a ton of people from the East Coast went to the LA show?
I mean, I don't have like.
I mean, I'm
There's a
sure
few.
there was at least 5 or 6.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about 5 or 6. Okay, I'll give you 5 or 6 maybe.
But I mean, I'm trying to think of a comparison that I could make to this, but I'm having a hard time because I don't. I think they wanted to make it seem like this was the only time to be at a TFCon in 2019.
You may be right. It would
I
make
thought it
sense
was.
because it would make the LA show more attractive. I kind of see what you're saying.
Yeah.
For some people, but then some of us who were like, "Fuck you guys, I ain't going to LA."
Man.
Well, here's my problem. My biggest problem was the short turnaround, dude.
Yeah. Hey,
There's
Deluxe.
no way in 5 months I was going to kill that money to go to LA.
Yeah.
I want to address something with Deluxe in the chat. It's not that we don't have or don't want them to have a show on both coasts. It's the way they handled the announcements on the two shows. You had such a short run between October and now to do to be ready for LA if you wanted to make TFCon for the year. And as far as we understood, it was the only TFCon we had
Right.
the option of going
That's
to.
way-
That was the
that's the
thing.
way we
They said that there wasn't going to be an East Coast show this year.
Right.
Yeah, and see, like that
Yeah.
that to me is where they're wrong. Like, and I mean, it's like that comes again to PR stuff. Like, just say we're not sure. We're still working on things.
Yeah, and
You
the
know what I
thing is,
mean?
like,
don't flat out say no. We're not doing one.
and for me, I would have made LA if it were in October again.
Yeah,
But they
just
said,
not
hey-
that close to the previous one.
Yeah.
Right. That's a big undertaking for a lot of people. It's not like LA is right next to much of anything. I mean, it's
Okay, so like the way I think I found something that might make sense. So like let's say like on Black Friday, like a fucking PlayStation 4 is $150, and that's what they're advertising. But then the weekend
good
after that, it's a good deal. But then the weekend after that, it's $100. Walmart's not going to say, "Hey, wait 2 weekends from now and get one for $100."
yeah, but you're
You
talking.
know what I mean? Like,
you're talking about the simple act of moving a product that's already on your shelf versus giving people time to prep and take vacation and
Wait a
yeah,
minute.
that's
East,
true. That's true.
announcing an East Coast show isn't like it's not like they're gonna like but East Coast show will be this kind of tickets. That's what you're talking about. Now, see, what you're saying is different. It's not the same, man, because they blatantly I know how I feel about it. I just don't think that they were, even if it was in their minds, I don't think they were committed to it. And I mean, I don't buy that shit. October, my ass. How does Deluxe know October? I'd like to know how he knows that. Did he hear from the horse's mouth? Did he talk to these guys? I'd like to know that myself.
Like he's
I don't-
saying like it was a show for the West Coast people, and like I don't have a problem with that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
they're saying that they're not gonna do the East Coast one,
It only comes down to that one discussion where he said they're not doing it.
Yeah,
That's
that's it.
the only argument here. They said they
Right.
weren't going to do it.
They
or
said
they
that
there
there
was no
wasn't
plans
going to
for it.
be 2 shows.
Yeah,
They
Well, I
said
agree.
that they were only doing the West Coast show this year, and then
Either
all
he-
of a sudden, at the end of the West Coast show, they announced Reston.
And I know
Either
at
he
least,
lied to
I
us.
know
You know
at least
what, though?
one solid vendor who's going, whoa, wait a minute. They're doing October now in Reston, and now it's a holy shit, we got to put the stuff together to do it.
Sure.
Now Matt
What-
said, okay,
Yes.
they can change their mind.
And
Which
that's
is
what I'm
probably
doing.
what they
what?
did, which is
I'm-
fine.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm totally fine, and I'm glad they did change their mind
Okay,
because
and I am too.
we have the time now to
But now-
we know when it's going to happen, we know where it's going to happen. We've got time to save up and prepare for it, and get together again and have some great fucking times together. And at the end of October, and at the end of the day, it's all that fucking matters to me.
Yeah,
I'm
Mike-
glad the West Coast got their show. We're getting our show. Fuck
Right.
yes.
My question is,
I
when did
just
South Central
wish
get
I
it?
just wish they had handled it a little bit better. But at the end
Right.
of the day, maybe
what
a little bit of backlash, helped ticket sales. Who knows?
Maybe
what changed their mind, huh? I wonder.
I don't know.
getting torn up, or maybe they just have another movie to announce.
Or maybe
Yeah.
it could be, or maybe the LA show was
Bumblebee 2,
Anyway.
2, gonna be announced at this one, or at least teased. How much you want to bet?
Man.
Bumblebee tuna,
Yeah,
Bumblebee
like
tuna.
Bumblebee 2?
the LA show.
Bumblebee
was-
again. Bumblebee
the
again.
The LA show. was-
Or Bayformers 98, because it's gonna be set in 98.
Yeah.
But
That
no,
is
seriously though, like as somebody who is basically stuck at the very bottom and middle of the country, it kind of sucks that there are no options other than to pick a coast or go all the way to Canada. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, Texas is a massive state, and we have some of the biggest cities in the fucking country here, but no major conventions come down here.
And that's the thing. Your very city, Houston. What is it population wise in the United States? Isn't it fourth?
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
Pretty much up there.
Yeah,
or third or fourth.
we have a few million that live here.
That's
I
why I
mean-
never understood why any of these big cons didn't make their way down to Texas either.
I
Yeah, but it's Texas, dude.
But I mean,
Texas.
like Dallas tends to get a lot of the bigger other like anime conventions and stuff like that, which makes
Mhm.
sense. They've got a lot of room, and I sure as fuck wouldn't be bothered about driving 4 hours to go to a major con, especially if it's something like TFCon or anything along those lines, or BotCon, because we used to get BotCon down here apparently back in the early 2000s. So we can't get that shit again. I was like, come on. It's like people are thirsty down here, and they're not generally
Well, it's fucking hot down there.
It's hot fucking in L.A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't
It's hot in
wrong.
L.A.
I
Even
think
in the
it is
winter, it's
enough.
hot in L.A.
It's a dry heat.
Well,
there's- I
okay.
mean,
So if they do Texas in October, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you do it in May, yeah, it's gonna suck ass. It's like you do it at the beginning of the year. You do it right now, it'd be amazing. If you did an early spring, mid spring fucking show down here, it would be absolutely amazing, weather wise and everything like that. So, but I mean, yeah, it'll never happen. Knock on wood. Usually, shit happens when I say it never will. So, I'll just denounce it. It's never gonna fucking happen. And then next year, 2020, Dallas,
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah.
That'd be
Deluxe,
cool.
I don't think it's so
I'd be
much
down for that.
We're not bitching about having 3 shows, Deluxe. We're bitching about the way they laid it all down. And honestly, if they want to do 3 shows every year, that'd be fucking great.
Yeah, just add one to Texas.
Right?
or anywhere central, like central something down in this area. Fuck, go to New Orleans or something.
not-
Get-
Well,
or
Jesus Christ,
Louisiana.
it's 12 hours just to get across to your state.
It
I
is.
had to take a fucking rest break and get off my clock going across your state.
Dude,
Texas is fucking huge, dude.
dude, Frogman and I can't even hang out. He's like 8 hours from me.
Jesus.
That's
Damn,
insane.
dude.
Man, shout
I
out to
can-
Frogman. He's such a great dude.
Oh, we
Word.
love Frogman to
Yeah.
death, man.
I love
Yeah.
Frogman.
I will say this: I'm happy, but I wish people would give the fandom some credit for this. Because I think the fandom played a part in this, and
I think
nobody
you're-
wants to admit it. And they had it planned all along. No,
Well, I mean, I don't know if we had so much of a part
So-
in it as much
Oh,
as
we
our
did.
goddamn wallets did.
well,
Yeah.
that's why we had a part in it then. Okay,
Yeah.
because you're right, and I think you're right. Absolutely, that was a part of it. And but people seem to be there are some people out there that are like really negative about that. And it's like, look, it's a good thing. They listened to the fan base. They listened to people. They listened to the people that come to their convention. And when people were disgruntled that we thought we weren't gonna have an East Coast one, they said, well, let's do an East Coast one too.
I will say
Makes
this.
sense.
Mervin said I figured it out. They pulled a Hulk in Wakanda.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
remember the Avengers Infinity
Yeah.
War trailer? It showed
Yep,
Hulk
yep.
in Wakanda. Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
will say
it's
this though,
fucking great.
guys. If they are truly listening to the fandom, get out there in October and support this move.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if they are listening to the fandom, thanks for giving us a third show this year
You're fucking
that
trying,
all
Yeah.
of us can fucking attend. I'm happy about that.
Yeah. 'Cause
trying to set me off.
There was no way I could have possibly made LA at all. There was just no way I could have planned it or anything like that. I have the actual real possibility of making this one.
And that's the same with
Yeah.
us. It was
Yeah.
there
I
was
hope
no
you
way
can,
we were
man.
gonna.
Vacations
option-
wouldn't have reset by the time that,
Right.
and then people trying to make 2 shows. I mean, it
Dude,
was
I-
it was a logistics nightmare.
I mean, yeah,
I
having
had-
a West Coast show is fine because those people don't want to fly all the way across the country either.
Sure.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense to have. It's not that we're saying that LA didn't need a show.
no,
it's
it's
just
great.
that, yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, it was like a tight
It
time limit.
did suck that we were led to believe early on that
That's what
that was
sucks.
either
That's-
either that or Toronto, and that was our only options.
Right.
Yeah, because we
Right.
were talking about that the other day. I
Yeah.
was like, shit, I got to figure out if I can make Toronto happen because I was looking
That's-
at it,
Yeah.
and then
Well-
they announced this, and I'm like, fuck
Yeah.
it. And the wife
And-
even is willing to go.
And
She's
that
another,
was,
not
like,
willing to go to
just
Toronto.
just another thought is I wonder how much Toronto is going to be hurt in attendance for this, because a lot of people that were told there's not going to be an East Coast show. I know a few people that were planning on going to Toronto, and as soon as they announced Reston, they canceled those tickets.
Yeah, but Toronto still has.
Well,
their core
I had my
fan base.
hotel reserved, but I didn't have my. You know, I canceled my hotel reservation, but I hadn't
Yeah,
purchased
you
a
do.
ticket yet.
Yeah,
But,
but that's
I mean,
that-
Toronto is always successful show, like Rob, you were getting ready to say, right?
yeah, right.
They got a big fan base up there, and you know that's their home show anyway. So I don't think they're going to suffer at all.
No, they've still got their core fan base. The people that always attend are going to attend Toronto because they're in Canada already anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking Tron
So-
Viper telling me to do a rant video on it. Fuck.
Well, I'll tell you, like for me, LA, it wasn't even about money or anything like that. I could have gotten there; it would have been no problem. I even had an option to go out there and help out with the show, but I don't have a vacation reset till July, so I couldn't take the time off, especially in our busiest time of year.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, that wasn't happening.
See, I'm just lucky that I didn't pick my last week of vacation, so I have that to work on. I can still save those last 4 days and still make something happen. And I can try to save up between now and then. If not, just go ahead and put everything on a credit card and pay for it between now and then.
Right.
Mhm.
I
Which
mean,
I
for
can-
me, like, I can burn the vacation anytime I want it if I have it in my bank.
Mhm.
I give them 2 days notice and they'll give me the day off or whatever. But it's I have to have that vacation in the bank to do it.
Exactly. That's the thing here. Like we're taking a mini vacation this weekend, and then at the beginning of May we're taking an actual vacation. So that's where I was like, okay, do we now put that off and save the money till October, or just go ahead and take this fucking vacation? You know. So, but the wifey wants to do a summer deal, so we're
Word.
gonna go do that.
Hey, shout out to Nerdpunk Alpha in the chat.
Great name, by the way.
Yeah, that's Ian.
That's-
Oh,
Ian?
that's Ian.
Hey,
That's
Ian,
Ian.
what's up, little man? How you doing? I can't-
What's
little
up,
man, I can't
dude?
dig now. What's up,
Oh,
big
I
guy?
love you, buddy.
Shout out to you, brother.
All right, I think this is a good stopping
Hi.
point for us to go and start to get on to the
All right.
artsy fartsy.
I'm gonna do our picks here, okay?
All right,
News is
why don't we
over.
go ahead and do it this way? If everybody wants to go ahead and present their own shit, and then somebody can present for me.
Yeah, that works for me, man.
Do we just want to go down the panel? Start with Josh,
Yeah.
Raw. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's do that.
hey, Josh, when you're doing yours, you want to do Nick's right after? Since you'll already have
Uh,
it.
Well, I mean, I'm doing mine live on my camera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Ooh.
Rob, like after like everybody else is done, would you mind doing mine for me?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right,
Why don't we
cool.
do me last then, and then I'll do mine
All right,
and then
cool.
yours, or
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Josh, go ahead, dude.
As you guys know, I've been getting heavy into some things, creating things.
Well,
doing
just-
a lot
just
of
real-
mini painting.
Just real quick, let me go ahead and introduce this. We had been talking because each one of us has been getting into more artsy and craft kind of stuff, whether it be Gundams, dioramas, custom
Miniatures.
figures. So we just wanted to go ahead and showcase some of the stuff that we've done and just get a discussion going about like the different things that you can do with this hobby and good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Josh, and then we'll go with Russ, Sam, Shoki, Rob, then me. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
yeah.
Josh.
Well, like I was saying, I do a lot of, like I buy fantasy miniature figures for like playing D&D, and I've been painting a lot of those, and mainly working on my painting skills. And the reason I started that was because I started building Gundams, and I wanted to, paint and customize them and improve my painting skills there. And then I've gotten into now I'm building dioramas and doing terrain building and shit like that. So I'm really branching out there, and that's from influence from Pinkerton and Bobby and JD, seeing what they can build and shit. So I'm going to show you a few things, some works in progress. And this is like the first ever miniature figure I ever painted, and it's not great. It's decent for a beginner, but it's not great, right? But I have progressed in the little over a year that I've been doing this. So, like, say for instance, here is a displacer beast that I
Oh,
have
that's
painted.
cool.
yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I like
I've
that.
seen enough hentai to know where that's going.
What's that?
But
No.
That's pretty awesome.
And I've painted this wicked ass griffin here, and
damn.
That's
see
really
if you
nice.
can see, like, eyes are some tricky things to do, and I'm trying to get
Right.
them
Yeah,
to where
for
you
real,
can see
man.
the eye. Yeah, you can see the dot in the eyes there.
Hey, Josh, how fine of a brush do you get, dude, for this shit?
I have multiple brushes.
You get
So,
like really, really, really fine, like pencil, like real point like brushes.
I have multiple brushes actually. Give me a second here.
Just because the details that you have to get in, like to do eyes. I mean, it's
Yeah,
tough,
yeah, like here's a handful of some various brushes that I use. Like this one I'll use for base coating. It's about a 1/2 inch tip.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I use for base coating. This one here, I'll use this one for detailing. As you can see, it's a finer tip and it's about a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when it comes to eyes, I use
Right.
this one, and it's even a more fine tip. I mean, if you can see it.
Good God.
Yeah,
yes.
that's pretty crazy. That's
Yeah.
small. Damn, nice.
I need one of
Yeah.
those.
But like
Yeah.
I use these for this flat edge brush, I use it for dry brushing. Like this round tip brush, I used it for stippling, like that motion. But yeah, these are a couple of more recent miniatures I have done. I did this treant.
You're getting a lot of requests in the chat for your beholder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did this treant. It was just base plastic. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, think Treebeard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let me adjust my camera here.
They all come in white plastic, don't they?
These are white plastic. They're pre-primed. But as you can see, I did a base coat of black on this. And then I just built up the layers of darker browns to lighter browns, whites. I put these little mushrooms on the legs, like orange cap mushrooms, white stems. I actually took some greenery. I took some vines and actually glued vines to them in places. I used flocking for grass and flowers down at the bottom, and I used clump foliage to create the leaves on the thing. I have been, and then the one that some people have requested. This is the before.
Yeah.
Just straight up. Try to focus here.
Yeah, it's fucking
There's
wild.
the before. It's just
Right.
straight up plastic, pre-primed. And here's my after.
It's so cool.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That's
This
nice,
is so
dude.
badass.
Of course, camera
love
doesn't
it, dude.
focus.
Yo, those teeth are killer, dude. I love how you did the
Yeah.
purple like out of
And the
that's- or, like,
gums, yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
badass.
well, I use Citadel paints primarily. I like their pigments.
Mhm.
What you did
But-
with the mouth effect too, though, that is just
Yeah, it is.
awesome.
Well, see what I did after I painted my gums
Right.
and built up the colors on that. I actually did a purple wash over them to blend those colors and deepen them up, and then I put a matte varnish over them to make them look wet.
Mhm.
I did that with
Nice.
the eyes as well. As you can see, the eyes look wet. And then for the drool, as you can see it there,
Mhm.
the saliva, that's hot glue, man.
Yeah.
I just took some hot glue and ran it from a couple of teeth, top to bottom, and over here. One of the things. What's that?
Well, I was going to say, sadly, there was a few people in other groups that I saw also started doing beholders right after you finished yours, and I'm just like, sorry, you're just not going to be as good as Josh is. And like, they did a decent job, but you problem is you knocked it out of the fucking park.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, everybody's got to be at their own level, but it's like, well, we set the bench way too fucking high on this.
Well, see, that's the thing. I've gone in just over a year. I've gone from this, which is okay, to
Right.
this.
I don't know what the hell that is.
It's just a standard like female little wizard.
Oh, okay.
She's got like a spell effect coming out of a spell book. My camera. I can't get the autofocus to
Yeah,
turn off.
it's focusing.
This.
It's focusing
It's wanting to
under your
focus on
desk.
everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have a glass desk. And
Yeah, it's looking
trying to-
through. Yeah,
It's picking up on that fucking.
it
look,
likes the dragon more than anything.
It's like a hash mouth. Well, yeah, we're gonna get to the dragon
Yeah, that seems to be what it's locked
that
onto.
dragon set came out
now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
This
amazing, dude.
this was a completely plain white
Yep.
base.
I remember when you got that, dude. I remember.
By the
when
way,
you,
why did we let Josh go first?
Yeah,
he should have been the finale.
Right?
yeah, really. Sorry,
Hey,
we're
good.
all,
We're showing what we're all striving
Yeah.
to get to at
The
this
rest of us-
point.
the rest of us are going to disappoint you greatly. No.
Um, if you're listening to this on audio, because now that's going to be a thing, I want you to come back and please check out what we're showcasing here on the YouTube version. But yeah, this is a set that was put out by Reaper a couple of years ago. It's called Dragons Don't Share. This was completely just white.
Yep.
And I painted it up. I did all this stonework. You can see the levels of detail I've put into the stonework. I put flocking down for grass, little flowers, little wildflowers here, various colors. I took PVA glue and mixed with flocking and made moss that's clinging to the rocks to go up the sides of the rocks.
That is insane.
I've got actual vines like growing out of the crevices in the tops and hanging down. This here is the dragon's treasure hoard.
Yep.
And moss going up the rocks, and the details are hard to pick up here, but there's part of his pile of loot, but the other side also has a lot more, and there's weapons in there. There's like little chests, shields, crossbows, swords, tons and tons of coins and jewelry and all that shit. Really fun to paint this set up, and then I was like, I want to take it to the next level. I want to add flocking to it. I want to do this and I want to do that to it. Now, I'm still not done with this. This is a work in progress. There's this section here of the tower base. It opens up and you can see I put like the moss on the floor in there and creeping up the walls on the inside as well. And then the vines hanging down.
What did you use for the moss flecking and shit? The actual moss itself.
I'll show you here in just a sec.
Okay.
It's
Now,
green
this-
powdery stuff comes to the back.
Yeah. It's from Woodland Scenics. It's fine turf. It's just regular fine turf. And what I do, I mix it with PVA glue, which is just Elmer's glue, and a little bit of water, and I make a thick paste, and I just dab it on with a stippling brush, and it dries, and it dries transparent, and it's moss clinging to the fucking walls. Now, like for grass, to get the grass look, I brush the PVA glue down, and then I just sprinkle it on, and it gives that coverage. Now, this set is called Dragons Don't Share. It did come with these adventurers, which I have not painted yet, because when I paint minis, I put a lot of time into painting my minis. I don't like to bust through them in any quick fashion. Just arranging them here. So as you can see, it came with 5 different characters, and that's the color that this set used to be before anything was done to it. Now I have made this dragon. The dragon came with the set. This is the back of the dragon, and here are its leathery wings.
God damn.
I'm not done with the dragon yet. I still need to put some more paint details on it.
I didn't
need to
realize
do
it was
some-
that big.
I need to do some edge highlighting.
That fucking dragon is so awesome looking, dude.
Well,
Man.
I'm not quite done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
really
mean,
works
just the dragon
with it.
itself is cool looking. The
Yeah,
color
it
of the
is.
dragon,
Yeah.
what you're doing
But
to
what's
it is
great? What's great about this dragon? I am going to have to actually peg his feet into place. But what's great about him?
As his wing hits the other side of the desk there.
Yeah,
The best.
he's got a 13-inch wingspan across, and it's
Yeah, it's
10
a
and a half
big
inches
boy.
tall. 10 and a half inches tall at this point. Now, as you can see, I've got this cool like knight with his shield and sword and everything. And this dragon, it looks all menacing, and I was like, what would make it more menacing? Well, I did this. I took a pin vise and I drilled a small hole in the back of his throat. And then I took a pinning rod, and with the pinning rod, started laying hot glue down over it and feathered it.
Oh, damn!
And then I painted the first layer white. Oops, shit. And then I put another layer over it, and I painted it yellow. Then I put another layer over it and painted it orange. And I made a ball at the end and flared it out. And I dry brushed some red over it over the orange. Fire progresses.
Push it back over a little bit,
Josh.
Well, the thing fell, and I put it back in the flat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
Fix it.
But now I have a fire-breathing Dagran attacking the night. Yeah,
It's a
Dagran.
Dagran.
But yeah, I made that flame effect out of hot glue.
There it is.
And,
Nice. Oh.
God damn, that's cool as shit, dude.
yeah. So this, hopefully, I'll get this completely finished by summer. I still need to paint the miniatures for it. There's a few more embellishments I want to add to it, but this is what I've gotten done on it so far. I love the eyes on the thing, and it's adding in the beholder.
Yep.
Now there's a beholder creeping up on them, and then say you've got an angry treant coming in. This could be a hell of a fucking battle scene. This could be a dead party in no time.
Well, at this point, you find a way to get the dragon to hit the treant with the fire, and you don't worry about it. Then you then you focus on the beholder.
Yeah. It's like, what's worse? What's going to kill you quicker, a dragon or a beholder? But yeah, that's one of the things I've been working on. This I've been working on for part of a diorama. It's not 100% complete. It is. Hold on. It's
That's
a
one
little.
For
it's
your
a little
turtle diorama, right?
It's a little PC station. You see Shredder on this screen here.
Mm-hmm.
Plans for an armored van here. Foot soldiers over here. It's hard to see the keyboard, but I did. Now you can see. I made a grid, carved out some keys on it. I've got wires running from the monitors and the keyboard down to this PC tower that I have built.
Hey, I meant to ask you for
the on the front. Huh?
For the screens, where did you get the pictures that are in them?
I printed them off on the internet.
Oh, no kidding.
So got my little tower there. This is the last major detail I need to do and clean up. Just running the wires from everything. I got a couple more blocks because, these are turtles. They live in a sewer. The keyboard's beat all to hell. The table they got was too short, so they got it propped up on cinder blocks.
That's cool. It's like them
you
little
know,
details.
They, but I also made this today to sit on the desk.
That is too cool.
A little bonsai tree.
Oh yeah, it's
a baby treant.
Karate Kid.
I made a bonsai tree. Yeah.
Karate Kid style. Bonsai.
But yeah, I just got some a couple of little oh shit.
What?
I just grabbed a couple little twigs from outside and broke them off and glued them together into a basic tree formation and just used some clump foliage, that I get from Woodland Scenics. This stuff here. And just put some bunches of it on there.
It's not what it looks like, kids.
I know it. I know it looks like marijuana.
Start selling it to kids on the street.
Only if you're lucky.
But after I finish this up, probably tomorrow morning, I'm going to show you where it's going to go. But before I show you where it's going to go, this is something I made out of these little LED tea lights.
Oh yeah,
it's a Don King.
Oh man.
Uh,
Wicked, dude.
it's a flickering fire. It
Oh,
actually flickers, as you can see. It's hard to pick up on camera, but if you look down through the smoke, you can see it flickering like fire. When the lights are off, this is an awesome effect. And it's just used. I made that on less than $1. Tea lights, a 4-pack costs $2, so it's a 50-cent tea light, a wad of toilet paper, and some Elmer's glue and water formed into that mold around it, a little bit of gravel and dirt glued to it, and dry brushed with paint, some popsicle sticks broken up and painted up and charred a little bit, and some polyfill, and a little bit of black spray paint. Boom, less than $1, fire. But
Now
now,
you just need a clear splinter to go in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now
That's
let me
awesome.
get over
man.
here.
Shit.
Let me get over here because I don't
Going on a
want
trip,
to.
guys.
I don't want to. Just bear with me a second.
This is like Michael Myers' point of view video.
Ian says your bonsai tree is a sapling.
Sapling, yes.
So, this is
This better be a big reveal after all this.
a big reveal, guys.
Okay. It's like, you got us in the dark here.
My first ever diorama.
Oh my god, that is coming out badass.
Holy shit.
For that
Nice,
video game, you
dude.
just used one of the ones they sell, the 1/6 scale or something like that. Ones at Walmart,
It's
wasn't
one
it?
of the retro arcade at Walmart. Yeah. I've got over here. I've got a platform coming in from the actual sewers. I made this wooden door out of popsicle sticks and skewers and little rhinestones. Oops, I was holding it by the tripod leg, and sorry.
I like the damage detail on the bottom of the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they're living in a sewer. The wood rots.
And they're finding scrap shit anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scotty handrail system, to keep Splinter from falling, I guess. I made
Safety
this-
first, damn it.
Hey,
Yeah,
did you use like old plastic runners, sprues from that?
No,
Really?
it's bamboo skewers, like barbecuing.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say some runner would have worked okay for that too.
Made the table out of popsicle sticks and a little bit of foam. Mikey's grabbing a slice and looking happy.
that's the pizza kit from that SDCC kit, right?
Yep, it is.
Nice.
There is a picture of Bruce Lee from Enter the Dragon, the movie poster, because it's awesome.
That's really cool.
A big sewer pipe running across the ceiling from end to end. You got a couple more in the back moving across, and then 3 going downwards, and one is starting to rust out.
That's cool.
And let me position the camera. It's rusted out and leaking, and as you can see, some water has pooled up on the floor, and it's going into that rusty grate. The water itself, I don't know how well you can see the textured surface, but it is textured.
That is.
I just like how detail oriented you are with this, man. It's pretty fucking cool.
Well, I'm not done.
uh-huh.
Now, over here, we've got Raph. He's sitting in this chair, and he's watching April reporting the news on the TV.
It's the chick from the first movie, right?
Yeah.
The first April.
Yeah, the first April.
Judith Hogue, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she was
one.
kind
Doing
of
a report.
cute, man.
Karate Kid poster.
Yeah.
This chair that Raph's sitting in on this shitty scrap of cloth Asian rug. I built this chair out of foam, and I actually got some shitty 80s looking couch fabric.
I like it.
And actually, I even put those old shitty wood panels on the front.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like those old school fucking chairs that your grandparents would sit in. God.
Yeah, my grandmother actually had this
Yeah,
on her furniture.
yeah.
Uh,
That's so badass.
But over here, I've built a circuit breaker box. It's hard to see. Move over, ref. Circuit breaker box. I put some jump rings on it to make it look like it pulls open. You know, it's got the steel conduit to shield all the cables. I've built a wall outlet and a power strip with plugs. I just need to run the wires from the PC
Cool.
monitors over to it. In the arcade game, the TV's got a wire running from it already. And you know, I just got to finish up those details, and this thing's going to be done tomorrow. But yeah, that's what I've been working on for the past several weeks. This turtle diorama.
Nice, dude.
Amazing.
The first one I ever did. I hand carved all these bricks.
Yeah.
He did it the hard way.
Shout out to Pinkerton at X Carve.
Yeah.
Well, Pinkerton may have his X carve, but I got some tools now that's going to make this a lot easier on me. I did get a little hot wire table, and I did get
Nice.
a handheld hot wire knife and a bow cutter.
Nice.
So now I can just plot out my bricks, you know, and keep a straight edge secure, and it just boom, take my hot wire knife down and score it. So much easier.
Oh man, that's
Doesn't Chris still have that grid cutter that he used to use?
I'm not sure.
Because I think he showed that off on the Crashbox live stream once. He doesn't necessarily need it anymore.
Now,
Oh Jesus, there's more.
well,
I'm just kidding.
oh wow, what's this?
You're showing off all the good shit. Here, Josh.
LED lighting kit. I don't know what this could be used for soon. I don't know. Some kind of contest, maybe.
No idea.
But yeah, that's what I've
Good
got
job, just
going
drop
on.
it.
Multiple projects in the works.
That's pretty badass, man.
But yeah, I love being creative. What Shoki was talking about earlier when he was talking about his Balls for Balls contest. When somebody is going through something traumatic or something horrible in their life, like Thomas and recovering from testicular cancer, and how his outlet was building Gundams. Dude, you know, you guys know what happened to me. And I dabbled in this stuff as a hobby before. This is shit that keeps me sane during the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand
What I
that.
have done is just like, okay, I could worry about things,
Yeah.
or I could take all that energy that I'm using to drive myself insane, and I can turn it into something that I love to look at, something I love to enjoy, and that's what I do, and I love it. And each time that I set out, my goal is to be better than I was the last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, that's just a few of the things that I wanted to show off tonight, guys. And I'm sorry I took so long.
No, it's okay, man.
That's it, guys.
no,
Show's
dude, you
over.
showed off some
Man.
awesome
Nobody
stuff.
wants to compete with Josh's show.
Nah, we're gonna be going long tonight.
Yeah. I might need to go next if I'm honest, because I got to be up at 4 a.m.
All right, yeah, no problem.
you
dude.
go
Jesus
next
Christ,
then.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like 10:30 for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
Shoki, you can go next.
If it's
Go
okay,
next.
because I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to go
no problem,
like,
dude.
super fast. All right, so I was showing off some stuff earlier. Unfortunately, my last project I just did with my MG Musha or Shin Musha Gundam, I don't have that on me at the moment. It's actually living at Hobbytown right now. I put it in their display because, frankly,
cool.
I have no room for it because all of my details are full right now, and it is a full-on display. And I can't screen share, so I don't know. I can't show off that stuff. But if you want to look at it, it's all posted on the Shoki Facebook page. But it is a full-on samurai Gundam,
Nice.
complete
yeah.
with full
Oh,
armor,
cool.
all the weapons, all the cool stuff, and it has a mild steampunk look to it with pipes running through it and everything else like that with chrome pipes. And what I did is I have Master Grade Monday on my channel, and I've been just working on this project for a while. And I started with it because I didn't want it to look like just plastic. This thing is supposed to look like a samurai. So I started down a thing, and I made its rifle, which looks kind of like a blunderbuss. And I started out giving it a wood grain texture and minor paint job. So I actually hand carved the wood. I actually put wood grain along the entire length of it, and then went over it with some weathering markers. And then I actually made the crappy looking gray plastic look like old iron, like they would have done.
Nice.
So laid down a matte black coat, and then took some Tamiya weathering powder, the gunmetal powder specifically, and then rubbed it over the matte black. And that's a perfect way to make it look like old iron or straight up like gunmetal. And because it already has a matte finish, it doesn't come on super shiny.
Nice.
And so I carried that on to the other weapons, like the staff weapons and stuff like that. And then actually the entire inner frame of the Gundam was done in that exact same manner. So I gave it a old iron finish for the inner frame, and then went over with a few spots with adding some chipping. So add like just a little bit of chipping with chrome and silver markers, like just little dabs every now and then to look a little bit damaged. And once again, you have to go check these videos out because I can't show it off. But at that point, I was like, okay, what else am I going to do to this thing? Because at that point, I just barely started on the body. And because it's supposed to look like samurai armor, I looked up what an old samurai armor would look like, and I decided to give it a leather look and texture. So I took it from straight red plastic to making it look like old, worn, battle damaged leather. And that was a hell of a process.
Yeah, I bet.
Layering different coats of paint, starting with a base red and hitting it with maroon, and then using a plastic bag of all things to give it texture and feel. So while the paint's still wet, you hit it with a wrinkled plastic bag and pull it away real quick, and it takes away some of the paint. And then what's left, you let that dry or take a hair dryer to it and speed it up. And then I added a little bit more, depending on which panels they were. I added a little bit more or took some more away, and then even did a little bit of a crusty oil wash to it with some crimson oil paints to give it a little darker texture, and then treated it all the same. Hit it all with a flat coat. After that, because it's not going to be super shiny after God knows how many decades of being used. And then I took my weathering markers and added some dark spots, because it's going to have some much darker areas that are either burned or they just gotten some more oil on them or something. If you ever look at anything, and I can't remember the name of the company. They just posted on BBTS like 2 weeks ago, and it is legitimately like an old samurai dude. And I looked at it, and I'm like, because I didn't really have a good comparison to go off of, and I pulled that up. And I was like, wow, I've almost nailed this look, and I'm just going off of example pictures. And so I did that whole thing, did the whole body in that, which took about 3.5 weeks just to do the armor, because the oil paint wouldn't dry because it was so damn cold and humid outside, because I'm doing it right in the middle of February. And then after that, kind of doing a little inspiration from what Josh did there, I built a little seat for it to sit on, because in my mind, a samurai that's all armed up like that is usually in a sitting position, even with this cool background and stuff. And so I actually scratch built the entire thing. We talked about it earlier. And the one thing that I probably wish I had, because I didn't know I was going to do this until the other day. So, but the seat is actually really awesome. I actually looked up ancient Japanese like samurai chair, went through Google, found something that was super easy to make, and using my woodworking background, my carpentry skills, I actually made it out of styrene sheet. It took me about 2 hours to fully form it up, actually cutting all the planks to length and everything like that, curving the seat, I was talking about it earlier. And then I didn't know what to do with it, because it was just straight white. I'm like, all the other stuff on it is black for the furniture and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just clean it up and then hit it with just a semi-gloss black, just call it a day, match it up to everything else. And then I'm like, no, I added wood grain to all this other stuff. Let me add some wood grain to this. So it took me about 45 minutes to carve all the wood grain along it, even roughing up the edges. And I was like, okay, now what do I do? I was like, okay, now that I've added all this wood grain, now what do I do? I was like, am I just going to paint this thing black? He was like, no. So that's when I started layer upon layer upon layer of different colors, ranging from matte black to German gray to matte white, and just hitting into different spots. Let it dry, sand down a little bit so they start seeing different colors from underneath, and then do it all over again, sand it down again, and then clear coat it. And then I start taking the Tamiya weathering powders. So I've got both. I got black, rust, white, which is supposed to be snow. And because this thing looks like old gray wood at this point, you really want that grain to pop, and you don't want it to be dark. You actually want it to be bright. So I actually had a very heavy brush and basically just crammed that white powder into the wood grain to make it really stand out. And then added accents of black, added accents of brown, which is all actually rust and soot in that particular set. And basically, it looks like a chair that's probably 150 years old, something like that. And it's like, okay, now this is too good for the rest of this thing. So that's my crowning achievement as of late. And I had no tutorials or anything. I'm just going off of, okay, how do I make this work? So basically going from scratch built to make it look the way it did. And most of you guys have seen it. I posted it everywhere, or at least here.
Yeah. Those of you in the chat, if you haven't, watch Shookie's video of it from last Monday. It was great.
So this Monday, I went over everything. But as I was talking about earlier, obviously we got Balls for Balls coming up around about now. And I am going to be doing a project for that. So I'm starting off with the balls I already have because it's easier to work. And so like I was saying with this guy right here, this one took me around about 45 minutes to paint. And that's with already having it built and using paint I already had. So I've got matte white, I've got silver leaf, or actually I think this was
gunmetal, isn't it?
And then gunmetal as well. So I've got a gunship gray, which is the bezel here, then the matte white, then gunmetal here, and then matte black on the rest of it, and just came up with a quick color scheme.
Actually, silver leaf on the arms and cannons.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I think it was bare aluminum silver.
Okay.
And because I can't find that paint anymore, so I just use silver leaf for everything else. But all the paints for that were left over from this guy, which is pretty much the mascot of my channel. This is my custom Gray's Kuraibata.
Oh, nice.
So that I did this guy back in 2016, I believe it was, for a not a competition, but just a bring what you built situation. And cool. I had to have it done by Halloween, and I had most of the actual kit bash done. It's actually a kit bash of 3 separate Grays kits along with some minor scratch building. These swords here on the sides.
That's mainly a standard Grays, right?
It started out as a what was the actual base? I don't remember which one the actual base was, but it was the Schwalbe Grays, the Ryusei Go, and the Grays Kai. I think.
Nice.
Either way, it was those 3. So it was those 3 as the base, and I built the custom shoulders here, actually using the knees. So it's actually the knees of the Grays.
You said Ryusei Go. Is that 144?
Yeah, the first Ryusei Go, or Ryusei Go 2 was the great. It's the
that
Grays
looks
Kai
like a 100 to me.
This is a high grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have.
It just looked bigger.
Reference. Yeah, well, it's on the stand. A little bit bigger.
Yeah,
but
that's why when you said Ryusei Go, it threw me off. I was like, wait, that's not a 100 then, because they haven't made that in 100. Damn it.
Nope. So basically, when it comes to something like this, especially with building custom gunpla, if you have an idea, start out with 2 or 3 ideas that you have to nail down, and then you go from there. So with this guy, the shoulders were the first thing I came up with. So these custom shoulders made from the actual leg armor or thigh armor that usually is here, and then the ribs. You can see the yellow ribs there. That was an idea, and then these blades right here coming off the chest were the 3 main things I wanted to hit. And I just, once I had those down, everything else fell from there. I even adding the big swords here, which it was actually from an MSG kit. So that's just mobile suit
Very
parts.
cool.
And those are actually made for a 1-to-100 strike Gundam. So those are actually made with a flip out hinge for the forearms on a strike Gundam. So I just integrated those into the side skirts. Now, if you don't know Japanese, roughly, kuraibata means dark grasshopper. So he goes from the wings basically looking like a grasshopper's wings. And it comes up with the idea that it's a custom graze that was made by Yellowhorn to try to keep up with the Gundams. And it's tuned up and everything else like that. That's why it has the extra radiators around the reactors. That's why it's got the blade fins and everything coming off that all get heat away from the tuned up reactors. But it causes the swords to vibrate in such a way that they make a sound like a grasshopper. So
That's cool, dude.
the idea and
That is awesome.
the idea is if you can hear the sound of this grasshopper, you're already dead. So, but basically, it's a lot of kit bashing, taking stuff straight from one kit, slapping it on another. So for the most part, it's all Graze parts. Even the thrusters here on the back of the leg are actually the shoulders of the Ryusei Go, and I actually integrated the shoulder hinge just right onto the back of the leg armor.
Oh, that's cool.
The ankle armors down here are actually Graze helmets. Which I don't know if it's like as long as nobody in universe.
Oh shit, they are.
Yeah. So hopefully nobody realizes that's what they are in universe. Be like, wait, did he kill other Grazes to get that? The backpack is actually a combination of the Ryusei Go backpack and a standard Graze because the wings aren't supposed to face this direction on a Graze.
Yeah.
And
They're
this
supposed
part
to be turned inwards.
they're supposed to be vertical like this, and have them that way. So it's not a huge custom idea. Basically, I just drilled out the hole so that these would fit this way, and then added the extra thruster there from the Ryusei Go. The front crotch here is actually just the center bit is from the Schwalbe Graze. The side skirts here, or front skirts, are actually from the regular one. The Schwalbe Graze doesn't have movable skirts, so I actually cut out the kind of vanes that it uses, like plain wings. Cut those out, actually drilled out the holes to receive the moving side skirts so that he has a totally custom front skirt situation. Awesome. Something that's also very hard to tell is back here. I gotta move the sword out of the way to differentiate these leg armors from anything else. So right here, if it's going to be noticeable, I actually cut the edge of the armor off. So it normally extends about that far. Cut it off, inset it so that it just added a depth. Inset it and painted it black. So right there. And then there's a little bit of armor right behind that. I don't know if that's visible. Right behind it, this little gray piece right there. That's actually a knee cover from a different Graze. That's actually now integrated to that. But the big piece to your resistance is the rifle, which is a complete custom using parts.
It looks like a mouth on that thing, that lower barrel coming out. It looks like it's got a jaw.
Yeah, well, that's one reason it's supposed to look at it. So I used the standard Graze rifle as the base, cut off all the parts that I didn't need. This is actually the butt skirt. This whole part here is the butt skirt of the Ryusei Go. So that's turned in there. This is actually the head from the Graze Kai. This is the top of the head of the Graze Kai down here.
Oh shit, I see it now.
Yep. This is one of the thigh armors with thrusters from the Graze or Schwalbe Graze. This section right here, it's even got the thruster still right there. And then I cut off the barrel. The normal barrel for the rifle is up here. I moved it down here. This is actually just a random piece of round plastic from the kit that actually turned into a new barrel. And
dude, that's awesome.
And then I took the Schwalbe Graze's forearm thing where the blades would come out, which are of course now the blade fins here, and I took two other barrels from the rifles and turned it into some forearm Vulcans.
Very cool.
So he can shoot from almost anywhere. But then the head has this nice tactical antenna right there, which is also totally custom because that's the V fin commander fin from the Schwalbe Graze, with a small chunk of the front of a rifle turned down to look like a camera.
Dude, that's a hell of a kit bash. That's fucking beautiful. And
So
the colors on it just pop.
Yeah, nice work, dude.
Yeah, painting the inner frame with that aluminum and then using the matte black, the gunmetal, and the gunship gray along with the yellow accents. That was the hard part. And because it was made for Halloween, that's where I got like that darker color schemes. But that's my baby right there.
Oh yeah, man, that's a great build.
But of course, you guys know this because if you're in the realm, I posted it all over the damn place. Because Deluxe had to go and have his Starscream painted up. I got mine done here.
Man, that looks good. I like that.
Yeah. So I knew from the get go I was painting him silver because that gray was garbage.
Yep.
The red is actually fairly close to the original red, except it is actually an Italian red paint over the raw plastic. But that's where it took me so many layers because I had scuffed it a little too hard.
Yeah.
The blue is actually a damn near perfect match for the plastic. So for anybody knowing, that's a French blue. If you're looking at the color code, and for anybody who hasn't built the kit, these knee covers right here come in blue. So I had to mask off this and paint it silver. This is one of the only parts that is not painted on this entire kit. This little blue bit.
Cool.
That's actually the raw plastic. Everything else is painted. So this is all painted. And then, actually, I do have a custom head that I made for him using the spare head. I gave him some gold eyes actually set in. I actually do paint the eyes. There's no way the camera is going to see that, but I do paint the eyes because they give you clear ones that are just look dead when they're done.
Yep. I know on my Optimus, the attack mode Optimus, I had to paint the eyes on it because they were just so dead.
Yep. And then masking off the wing to get those stripes was a huge pain in my ass. So that was all painted silver, then masked off for the red, then masked off for the white. And then free painted the Decepticon logos because they are embossed on there.
Nice.
And then doing a weathering job on him.
Cool.
Yep. But I want to show off more, but at the moment I kind of have to go.
All right, brother.
All right.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for promoting.
This, man.
Thanks, guys. I absolutely appreciate this, guys. And of course, if you missed it earlier, the Balls for Balls contest, go to my channel, Shoki Reviews on YouTube to get all the details.
Indeed, yeah. Everyone check this guy out, man. If you're not, subscribe, give him lots of likes, hook him up.
Yes, by all means.
Enter the contest.
Enter the contest. Buy shirts. Whatever you got to do for Testicular Cancer Society. Yeah. But guys, I appreciate y'all having me on. It's been a lot of fun. I will definitely have to come on later.
All right, brother.
Sure, dude. Anytime.
Take it easy, big guy.
Thanks, Shoki.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. All right, Russ, dude, man, you're up next.
Oh, shit. All right, my turn. Let's see here. Let's see if I could remember how to do this shit here. Sorry, my computer's deciding to should I sit still?
Did we lose Sam?
Yeah, I think Sam had to get out of here.
Damn. I hate that we had to lose Sam.
Yeah, I know, because he's got some ass work.
There we go. Hang on, guys. Come on, computer.
Now we're losing Ross.
Yes. Oh. Come on, dude. Never mind, dude. You gotta skip me, man. I'm about to go mess with it.
All right.
It sucks.
Hey, Russ, is this your folder? It says My Gundam.
Yeah, that's me.
You want me to pop it up on screen share for you?
Go ahead.
All right, hold up.
Now I get you back. There it is. I'm clicking on shit and it won't click on. It's driving me crazy.
There we go.
Yeah,
I got it on screen share if you want me to do it, or do you want to pull it up?
No, you can do it if you want, because I can't get to it.
All
Apparently
right.
my computer must have decided, no, I'm not going to do nothing. But I'm trying to get off of screen share too, and won't let me do that. Now I think it's off. All right, good deal. All right. Yeah, there you go. That's if you look down there, that's my Gundam Voltron. I just put it up there with the big ass Voltron because I thought it looked cute. and arguably that little one is probably the best Voltron I've ever had. I like that.
That's the mini Plo one, right?
Yeah, it's the mini Plo one. It's really a really cool figure. I like just in itself a really good figure. It's pretty amazing how just how well it turns out. Like at first, I was just gonna keep it as as the Lions, in that mode. But then when I formed it, I was like, this is fucking cool. I can't undo it now.
Yeah.
So it's because it's awesome. But
Not-
I just got done with that not that long ago, actually. So
I know Josh was showing me when he did one of his live streams. He was showing me how to convert it,
yeah,
and it's a little bit of parts forming, but it's not
It-
bad.
it-
for the back and forth.
no, it's not. Josh is the reason why I really wanted to get this. Josh is the one that kind of encouraged me to do it. I thought it would be too hard for me to build it. I was like, it looks too complicated. He's like, dude, you can do it. It'll be fine. And so I went. I told Anna I wanted it, and she came across it, and she bought it and brought it home to me. So I was like, all right. Good
Realm of
work.
enablers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, that's a good one. I don't know what the next picture is. I can't remember what order they're in, but okay, yeah, this is the box for the one I'm building right now. There you go, and there he is so far, getting there. I know Chris always busts my balls about going out of order, or going not going in order, and sometimes I'll go out of order, but I can't help it. I end up falling back into it. So
Right.
there's an up close picture of it, of the Voltron again.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Yeah. Let me know when you want me to flip pics too. So.
Yeah, that's cool. I would. We know what I'd like to do with this one, and actually, I was talking to Anna about it. Is like I'd like to put some. It looks alright, but it's. I think the colors are dull. And I'd like to try to put a gloss on it, kind of gloss it up.
Like a clear coat or something.
Yeah, some kind of clear coat. Yeah, and kind of gloss it up a little bit. But I was looking into something like that, and I was like, you know what, I am doing it. Just brush it on and see if I can kind of make it a little shiny.
Yeah.
I bet you if you toss some panel lines on there, it would light it up a little more.
Yeah, like with some Gundam markers.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. And actually, I want to get some Gundam markers because I want to do all my Gundams. I want to panel line all my Gundams out too.
Dude, it's addictive as hell.
Yeah, well, I think US Gundam has some like panel lining marker kits, and you can get some different colors and stuff.
Watch the kit because they change the tip size depending on which markers you get. You need GMO1, GMO2, and GMO3.
Right.
That's black, silver, and brown.
Okay. And those are like your main, the kind of the good colors to get.
Yeah, and they're the right tips for the panel lining.
Right,
too.
right. Because some of them are this a thicker tip, right? Then
Right.
Yeah, I got you. All right, what's the next one, Rob? I don't know the next.
Ooh, I love.
There
this
you
one.
go.
Grimgard.
Yeah, he was pretty fun. This is another one that Anna just kind of grabbed for me randomly. Anna loves US Gundam. She loves the website, so she'll just go on there randomly and just like all of a sudden she'll start grabbing
Sorry.
That's all right.
That's all right.
She'll just start grabbing Gundam up and saying and order them for me, and next thing I know she's like, oh yeah, here's a present for you. Here you go. Just probably to keep me busy, so keep me out of her hair.
That Grimgard is a really fun kit too. With
Oh,
the
it
swords
is.
And the things. Oh man.
He's so cool. It turns out so nice. Like you don't even like. I didn't even think it would. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it turned out to be. I was like this, but this is another one I think could use panel lining a little bit to kind of sharpen it up.
Yeah, it does, dude. I panel line the hell out of mine, and it lights that kit up.
Looks badass, doesn't it? I was like, this. You do it, it probably changes the whole thing. It'll look amazing.
Yeah, actually, hold on, I'll go grab it real quick.
But it wasn't bad. And these are all just like the normal high grade. I'm getting ready to venture into real grade, so I'll probably be wanting to shoot myself after I've worked on it for a little while, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm looking forward to it because it sounds challenging and fun.
Which one?
The real grade. I'm gonna get a what am I gonna get? The real Anna's gonna get it for me. It's the real grade. The hell's his name? I can't remember the name of the motherfucker.
Here, I'll dip off screen share for a second. I'll show you what the panel lining does.
Okay. Yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, especially
That's
if you
incredible.
into the arms,
Yeah.
and into the
Yeah.
armor.
I mean, look at that. That's incredible, dude. It pops. It makes it pop. You know,
Yeah, it really
it
does.
pops. It pops.
All right, let's go back to
Sinit. What's his name?
Sinanju Stein.
Sinanju.
Oh,
That's
that
it.
is a
Sinanju. That's
great
what she's
real
getting me.
grade.
Yeah, Sinanju. I'm gonna do the real grade of that.
Yeah, that is an amazing kit.
It'll probably take me forever to do it, but I don't care. I'm looking. I'll just work on it a little bit at a time. It's fine, you know. Because I know with real grade, you got to kind of build you basically build the skeleton first, you know.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot like this 1/100 kit in the master.
Yeah,
grade.
that's what everyone's told me, and then they said just a lot of smaller pieces, but I think I'm ready for it because I've done enough of these guys now, and I wanted to do the real grade because it's 144, so it'll actually be the same scale as these guys as all my other ones. Although I do want to do a 1/100 though. I want to just because I'm going to try it out. You know? It's kind of like experiment now. You know.
Well, you did this Grimgird. That's 1/100, isn't it?
No, that mine is 144.
Oh, okay.
But it actually, you know what? There's some of them that are scaled that are kind of weird because they're scaled kind of in between.
Yeah, and that's
kind of what this one is. It's like an in between scale almost. It's not because it's bigger than the other 144s that I've done.
well, that's like the mobile suit scale. I mean, if it's a bigger
Yeah.
mobile suit in the series,
Right.
it's going to be a bigger.
And that might be what it is. So it's scaled still at 144, but it looks bigger than all the rest of them.
Yeah, I'm
Kind
trying
of
to
looks
think.
he's really bulkier. I know that. And
The 1/100. Oh God, I can't think of it now. It's the big green armored thing. That thing is master grade size.
yeah.
Or the 1/144th HG kit.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it's got like all the big fins and armor and shit.
There's
It's huge.
Well, I know I've done a couple of Iron Blooded Orphan armors, you know, and I did Barbados and that one is like that one's actually a pretty good size. Like it's a 144, but it's decent height, you know, and it's thick and it's cool. They're really fun to do. All right, go to the next picture, Rob. I don't know what the next one is. Oh, that's my Tiger Wolf. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
gun
it's a
kit.
good one. Yeah, Ian did that one, and it's a beautiful kit.
It was my first one I ever did, and like it's like every time I look at I that's probably the one I pick up the most. Like I'll pick up and mess with it, you know, and because he's just fucking cool looking. I can't help it. But another one that I would like to do some panel lining on, and really brighten it up, you know. I'd also like to do some painting on the wolf. Because the decals, the decals I end up screwing up the decals on it. That's what happened. Where they had some decaling, and because you can see the decals on the Tiger, and I screwed a couple of them up too because they were crooked. But I'm terrible at that. But if I get some paint, I can just paint them up, you know. And I like to do that.
Those panel line markers where that black is would get right on in there, or the
Yeah.
You can use the paint from the pens.
Mm-hmm.
And then a detail brush that would get that in there too.
It would be fun to do. I think that's kind of going to be my next thing is I'm going to start painting a lot of my Gundams. My Gundam kits I've built already. I'm going to just start painting them. I'll disassemble them partially and start painting them up.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Is I'm starting to mess with the paint.
Right, and that's kind of my next step. I think, or just the next evolution. You know, you get the build thing down. Now you want to like do the customizing because then when you do that, you can kind of do things your own way too.
Yeah,
which I kind of think is awesome.
Especially when you start seeing the added detail that people like Shoki and shit do. Oh my god!
Well, I started watching his videos recently actually because I started watching a lot of Gundam videos, but I came across a lot of the ones that he's done. And he's done some really cool shit. I've been enjoying watching some of them.
Dude, between him and Josh, I swear to God, I'm getting.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
They're driving.
I just want to go on record to say I'm not an enabler.
Yes, you fucking are.
I encourage you guys to find a passion and pursue it.
It's fun. It's fun to do. I appreciate the fact that I was afraid to build to do Gundam kits because I'm just no good at building stuff. Like, and Josh, a lot of other people were. Josh is one of them, and other people were telling me, don't just give it a try. Don't be afraid. Just give it a go. And I got hooked on it.
Well, the good
So
thing about
Dude, that's the thing. Nobody is born with the natural ability to paint or sculpt, or
yeah,
you have to practice.
that's
And
true.
straight up box building is the first step.
Right.
And then like you said, it evolves.
Yeah, you evolve into wanting to try other stuff and do other things.
And then you try it and you're like, okay, I like that. Now,
Yeah,
let's see how I can improve upon that.
absolutely.
And it's just become so much fucking fun.
Yeah,
and the cool thing about Gundam is you don't have to spend a lot of money to do it. Like you can get into these HG
That's
kits
true.
for $10-12 and if you
Oh,
fuck it up, you're out a coffee or two.
Yeah,
No, you're right.
yeah.
You're right. There's most of the HG kits are really cheap, and you can make them look. I mean, they look nice anyway. They do a pretty good job on them for the most part, but you can do detailing on them that can make them really look sharp. I mean, just incredible. So I'm kind of excited about messing with that stuff. That's my next step. All right, what's the next one? I don't know. I can't remember what else but that picture came out shitty, didn't it? I didn't even notice it. It's blurry as fuck. God damn. Well, I won't even try to describe it. It's I can never remember the name of the goddamn things because their names are so retarded. I hate the names that they have for them. I really do. I just know he's got this big ass. It's really cool. His backpack. It looks like a big ass. It's a throwing star. It turns into a big ass ninja star. and I even have the ability to do the effect of having him throw it, and I can put it on because he come with a stand, right? Which that was cool that I have a Gundam that came with a stand. I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah, not many of them do, especially an HG kit.
Yeah, that's another thing. But I was like, wow, But I can have the Ninja Star sit on the stand, so it has the effect of him that he threw it. It's cool. He's pretty badass. This is another one I like to paint a little bit too, and throw some definitely throw some good detail into it because it's already pretty colorful, but it could use some panel lining, and I like to fuck with the eyes a little bit because I'm not a fan of the eyes. They kind of they're so sunk in a lot of Gundams. Sometimes they have the big head crests on there, on the front, and it's like
the V fin.
Yeah, the fins can kind of make the face kind of disappear, and I like to find a way. I like to make them, if you can do something in the eyes, sometimes just totally disappear. Yeah. So you can find a way to make them pop a little bit, so you're a little more, you can see them a little bit better.
I've been trying to play with that a little bit too, because the decals don't always make them.
That's true. They don't. Like some of the decals, I think suck for the eyes. To be honest with you, they're not good. The color just doesn't do anything for them. So you can find a better a paint that will probably pop better. It might work better. But this was a cool kit to build, though. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was just a lot of interesting armor pieces and shit on it. So I was like, oh wow, okay, this is interesting. And most Gundam, when you start building a couple of them, what I realized is they all start being the same, pretty much the same shit. The only thing that's different typically is the armor pieces that go over top, and that's where it gets a little fun because you're like, oh, something different for a change. Okay, here you go.
Yeah, when you get in like the base skeletons and shit.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, what's the next one, Rob? Okay, this is what I wanted to show you guys. This is funny, okay? So this is the Optimus, the build. It's a kit for Optimus Prime. This came with the Transformation Stunticons, okay?
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Now I had this whole thing built, okay? But as usual, it's a free giveaway. It's a free gimme to go along with the figures, and of course, they put very little effort into making it decent. It absolutely is it's a terrible kit. So I was building. Now I have it, and I'm gonna try to fix things that got fucked up on it. But it's kind of a work in progress still because I had it all built, and then shit was breaking on it, and I was like, I couldn't even move it. I moved it, and something popped off. And I'm like, oh no, that broke. It's like, oh, it's not good. So I'm kind of in the process of messing around and trying to fix things on it. So it became it was a finished project that is now back into being constructed again. So
Nice.
That's a fun part I've noticed with building the Gundams too. You start to pick up on all those little details and how to fix shit like that.
yeah, I have learned because I've had a few things go wrong with Gundam kits, and I've figured out how to fix them. Sometimes I've looked on a YouTube channel and figuring somebody have ideas, how to fix things, but sometimes some of them I just figured out on my own. I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do this and I'll try it. If it doesn't work, oh well. But it works. And I was like, all right, cool. Well,
Yeah.
But then like you did with this, you find yourself using it on other shit too.
that's true. And this is something that I think I'm definitely gonna have to use some of my the arms are a joke on this thing. Oh my god, they're terrible. And I was laughing because Anna was like, oh, I'm sorry that your that build didn't go so well for you. And I said, well, honey, it was kind of a freebie that came with it. I said, this is a third party company. They probably said, look, we don't give a shit how good it is.
They ain't buying this, they're buying the fucking big figure anyway.
Exactly. They don't be like, oh, fuck it, whatever. It looks good. We're adding more stuff to it,
What are we gonna do with all these fucking weird ass clear primes we got sitting in a box?
Yeah.
With that thing.
Yeah, we got to do something with something. These things are bizarre, But yeah, that's kind of my project that I'm working on, trying to repair this thing now. It's kind of my big deal, but I'm about to I think I'm getting ready to go get some paints and stuff and start working on panel lining. I'm gonna do that. That's my next.
That paint rabbit hole. Oh, that's a rabbit hole.
I know, it's my next evolution, and I'm ready to jump in, man. I've been, excited to do it. So,
dude, I stand in front of the rack at Hobbytown right now, and I just grab a couple jars at a time, and it's like, oh, this is gonna get pricey.
Mm-hmm.
It'll do it. It'll do it. Is that the last one, Rob? I think that was the last pick, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. That's pretty much all I'm doing, guys. I'm just building Gundam and crappy Optimus Primes.
All right.
That's it.
Good work, dude.
Yeah, dude. I really like that mini Voltron. I've got to build one of those eventually.
It's all Josh's fault.
Enabler.
Well, he showed me his, and I was so enthralled with it. He told me, he said, Russ, this thing is amazing. You will love it. And I was like, I got to get this thing. I got to get it. And he's right. Its articulation is incredible for what it is. It's amazing. It's more articulated than my big one.
I will say this. Josh made a comment earlier, and we talk relevant enablers, but when he said encourager, that sounds like a much better phrase for it.
I think so. I think definitely. Because the first thing I said to him when he told me, I said, Josh, I can't build that thing. That's too hard for me. And he was like, dude, are you crazy? You'll do great at this. And when he said that to me, I was like, no lie. I was telling Anna about it. And I said, this dude, this guy's missing half of one of his fucking legs. And I watched him fight his way up, get back to where he can walk again. And I said, I told Anna, I said, this dude's motivating me. I said, you believe that shit?
That's why we love him.
I know. Incredible. And she was like, Russ, he's a good guy, Russ. And she said, maybe you should take, Anna always says I should take heed of the people that I meet. That I've met and who I am friendly with and I become friends with through all of this. Because she kind of told me, she said, we've met some really good people. And I was like, yeah, we have. That's true. And I forget. Sometimes it's easy to forget about it because you're granted. You're just because everything.
Yep, and then Josh starts posting all the pictures of the shit he's working on, and you go, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah. Well, I don't know what Sam. I had no idea what Sam was planning. Sam probably had to bail out from.
He sent a message. His Wi-Fi cut out.
Yeah. He's trying to get back.
Shit. Okay.
So if he doesn't make it back by the end of the show, we'll go ahead and just do him next week.
Okay.
Yeah. Let him do a showcase because that wouldn't be fair to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam does some cool shit too.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, I
Rob.
like how he does the custom figures.
Yeah.
But also, I love you, Russ. I appreciate
You are awesome, dude. I appreciate the motivation that you give me, and it's awesome.
All right, Rob. Go ahead and start on yours, bud.
So Josh is a little bit of blame for this obsession too, as he said, encouragers.
Stop trying to twist my words, man. I encourage.
right, let me
I try to
see here.
build you up.
And you do it in all the best ways. I am not complaining a bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Prior to doing, like, I'm deep into the Gundam shit now too.
Uh-huh.
And prior to doing this, I had never, like, I'd done model cars and ships and shit back in the day.
Right.
And Ian had gotten one or two of the HG kits that I kind of pseudo helped him with, and it wasn't really even like I had built part of a 1/144's Grays and never touched another one. I started jumping right into the master grade stuff, so immediately before I even started opening, I jumped right in with the tools. It's like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right.
Yeah, that's
Ordered the kit, ordered the markers, got the Gundam paints, all that shit. And
see, I like your markers that you got. You got that. That's cool. That's nice.
they were like $8 for the set on Amazon or something.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
pretty
Mhm.
cheap. Dude.
And
That's
then
a good
this-
price.
This
The problem
gold one?
is you usually have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get them though, because they ship them from Japan and they don't provide tracking. So it's just like one day they'll be there.
Actually, I got mine on Prime too. If you watch, they pop
Oh,
up
okay.
every once in a while.
Mhm.
Nice.
This one, the gold one and the panel line markers, I actually buy those at Hobby Town.
Okay.
See, I'm looking. We've got 2 Hobby Towns right by my terminal.
Hmm.
One has some Gundam stuff, and then one a few more miles away is like Gundam City for us.
Hmm.
This right here, the Wing Zero Master Grade, this is the first kit I built.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And I binged this fucker. I built it in one sitting.
Oh my
Aside from
gosh.
the only thing I didn't do was the decal work and some of the panel lining. I did that later on, like, well, the next day.
Wing Zero.
I loved this kit, dude. It was, if you're jumping into Gundam for the first time for the master grade, this is probably one of the best ones to do. It's super.
How many master
simple.
grades? How many master grades you built?
Oh fuck. I don't know. I did like 5 of them in a week and a half.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. But do you know how many master grades there are out there?
Oh, like what, 100? 150?
Oh, God, more than that.
Well,
I
I mean,
Well,
they're not as plentiful as high grades. No,
no, not at all. They're like
there's-
there are
several
Gundam-
hundred out there.
Well,
there are
then
Gundam kits that have been done in high grade that haven't been done in master grade, and I wish
Oh,
they
a
would do
ton.
master grade.
and then you've got stuff like the HG or the RE 1100s, which isn't master
Right.
grade, but it's the 1100 scale, and then you got the 1100
Right.
full mechanic shit, which is where you get a lot of the Barbatos and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the full mechanics 1/100 lines from IBO, that's as close to master grade as you're going to get without it not being master grade.
Right.
I've
Right.
actually got one of them in my lineup here. But this one, like I started on it and I couldn't stop. Like I was just locked into it. I didn't want to stop.
You know, I do that sometimes too. That when I'm building, I'll get so into it that before I know it, I'm like, wow, I built that much. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, oh man.
And this is the one, the more it took shape, just the more fascinated I got with it. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like you start seeing this thing come together and it's just amazing what it's turning into. And then if you want a good laugh, I did this one in a weekend, and this was my second ever master grade kit, which is the unicorn.
Nice.
I remember that.
Oh
It's
yeah. You remember me bitching about them stupid little in the shoulder pylons, these little red things,
Yeah.
they are almost pin-sized pieces.
Oh my
And they're-
gosh.
Yeah, I have a red carpet.
Oh no, you didn't drop, did you?
Oh,
Both of them fuckers.
Oh no.
I think I was building with Josh. You were doing that hangout
Yep.
when
I was doing a
building.
hangout.
And oh my god, I think he heard me create new obscenities.
Oh,
Shit, how long did I look for them fuckers? Like 2 hours?
A good couple hours.
Holy shit! And then all this red inside the Seiko frame, it's all individual pieces. It's that I had never done anything that intense in a model kit, and that was
Damn.
my second one ever.
You know what you need to get now? The real
What?
grade unicorn.
Oh, don't! I looked at it because they've got the real grade unicorn and the real grade 00 riser at Hobbytown right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have talked myself out of both of them on numerous occasions. Honestly, the part of that, like, we got so busy with work and the weather and just getting hammered and shit. I've been stalled on that 00 Quant Full Saber. I haven't had time to work on it, and that's the reason I've been using to not buy them yet.
Yeah.
And of course, you have to have the obligatory during the build shot, because that's my poor ass excuse for a runner separator. Throw them in the box.
That's what I do. I put them in the box in alphabetical order.
Yeah, man.
That's what I
whatever
was
works.
doing too. That or I'll separate them by color.
Fucking
Hey,
cool.
look, I see a salmon boy.
Oh yeah, that was my Zaku 2 build. Nothing. All you had to do is just, and this is when it becomes real relaxing. You just throw up, like, I think I was watching Inspector Gadget that night.
That looks like Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all I did. I threw on a stream of just Inspector Gadget and just started drinking coffee and building shit.
Hey,
Actually, I think we wound
Rob.
up on a stream that night too.
Rob, what kind
What?
of mouse is yours?
MSI.
Oh, okay. Because it's very similar looking to mine. Mine's a Zelatos.
MSI
Yes.
Interceptor.
Okay. Mine's got a little manta ray on the front of it.
Oh,
What is the next one you got?
this one right here.
Oh,
that's
that's-
the Zaku.
That's Char's Zaku. Is that the
That
master
thing.
grade or the 144?
Oh, that's the master grade, and those
That-
hoses can lick my nuts.
That thing is wild looking. It looks.
Yeah,
it
that's. I built that exact same kit. That's a good kit, but fucking Zaku tubes are the bane of my existence.
Oh
it
yeah.
looks. It looks like clunky as shit, but it looks fucking cool though. I don't know why.
What's funny is you see those hoses running from its helmet to the back of its head,
Yeah.
waist to the backpack, and on the sides of the legs.
Uh huh.
Well, see, the ones on the legs are just little caps over springs.
Okay.
And they plug in no problem. They're easy.
Okay.
The ones that running from the waist to the backpack and the helmet to the back of the head,
Right.
you have to cut off all those individual little pink rings, and then you have to slide them over the fucking posts onto the tubes. Now the problem is the way they are constructed on the runner
Yeah.
is the runner they're on is too big. You're supposed to just be able to slide them onto the hose
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and slip them off, but in between the little rings, the runner expanded, and it's just like shit. You can't hardly push them past it. It kills your fingers to try to squeeze them past it.
My fingers hurt for days after doing this kit, and this is before I panel lined it or anything too. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
It's wild looking, dude.
I've panel lined mine, and the only thing I've done to it other than that, I put the Xeon Principality fucking decal, the dry rub on the fucking arm
shield?
shield there.
Hey,
That's all I
and-
did too.
That's
Hey,
all
Rob.
I've done to it.
how was the crazy little one that you did there? The
That's an SD.
yeah.
I-
He's
Okay, if you want to get technical, that was the
Yeah.
first kit I did, and I did it. It took me
well.
10 minutes, 20
Well,
minutes.
okay. I mean,
Is it an SD or is that just a Converge?
I like the super deformed because I think they're wicked looking, But I was just wondering, were they complicated because they're smaller? I don't.
They're not. There's only like fucking 10 pieces to it.
Oh, okay.
There are
great.
some that actually have complete inner frames. Actually,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
cool.
that's the SD. I don't remember what they're called, but this isn't the one with the full inner frame or
Well,
anything.
I've seen these because I've seen these on US Gundam, and I'm saying got a few of these, and then I'm like, you don't want to give me a couple of these little bitches? They're funny looking.
Oh, dude, they're like $7 and they're fun as
Yeah.
shit. I buy
Yeah.
these Willow builds these.
Does she? Yeah, that's cool. I was gonna build a couple and send them to work with Anna to put on her desk.
This is that. Here, this is that Zaku all decal or panel lined and shit. And I did the same thing Josh did. I only put the decal for the Principality Xeon on the
That's wicked.
shield.
I want to go. Yeah, that eye is cool. I want to go back and finish decaling mine now.
I'm debating. I kind of like him. I actually want to do some chipping and weathering detail on him.
Yeah.
But that eye, I hated the sticker for the eye. So I actually wound up using the Gundam markers, and
That's what I was about to say. You see, you did what I want to do. I wanted to use Gundam markers and start tagging the eyes myself.
See, that eye is inside the helmet behind that plastic visor.
Yeah.
And when you turn the head left or right, the eye tracks and turns the head.
Yeah,
it turns with the head.
Fucking cool, by the way. That's really
So like that square part of the that looks like a mouth. The eye is always over that when the head turns.
Oh, that's cool.
Shit, dude. That's a pretty cool fact.
There's like a little gear system inside the head. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I wound up going. I think I used a silver base, and then I waited for it to dry, and I put like a pink over it, so it gives it kind of a salmon look.
Nice.
I tried to match the color of the one decal for it.
It works really well because that's what I do with all my eyes. I do a silver base to give it a metallic look underneath.
Yeah.
And then I go with a thin coat of whatever color I'm using to let some of that silver bleed through to give it a metallic shine.
That way you're still having a silver metallic look come through. That's cool as shit.
Now, this picture also has the decals done up a little. I didn't put the 9 million decals on the unicorn because I like how clean it is without them.
Right.
I added a little bit of panel lining, and then that gold marker. This kit was the whole reason I bought that marker because the gold foil sticker sucked.
Yeah.
And then
the only time I ever use stickers is for the head cameras and the gun cameras and the eyes.
Yeah.
And even then, I would rather paint those. And if I can paint them, I will.
I don't blame you.
Now that I've been buying up more paints and shit, I'm starting to get that way too. Where, like, I've been doing especially if the lenses for the gun cameras and shit are that green clear or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take silver to the back of them so that it gives them that sheen. Oh,
gives
man.
it that reflective back. Yep.
Yeah. Then let's see. This was I was working on the full mechanics. This is from one of the Barbatos kits. It's
no, that's the Kamaris.
Oh yeah, Kamaris booster.
I can tell by the purple.
Nice.
Yeah, which series was that from? I don't remember.
IBO.
Yeah, IBO.
That's IBO.
But yeah, they're a full mechanics based kit. Like like your 100, any of the IBO shit comes. It doesn't have the cockpit like the master grades do.
Yeah.
But other than that, a lot of it's real.
Did they only do full mechanics on the IBO figures?
That's the only line that's done.
That's the only line they did it? Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
This guy.
There's the completed.
Yeah. He was fun as shit to panel line. This is the guy where I started to learn with the panel line marker that you can actually do weathering effects with it. You kind of brush it through and you can do almost like a shading detail. I started to figure that out on this kit.
Nice.
Very cool.
And then that got put into heavy use on this badass. Oh my god.
Providence. That was a fun build.
Okay. I gotta know how crazy was that backpack to build, dude?
Holy shit, that backpack.
That backpack wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad?
No.
It didn't take that long to build, but like all that black detail, that's all panel line weathering. That took longer than the whole kit did.
Yeah,
I've just done a straight box build for that. I need to go back, and the only thing I've done, I panel lined all the stuff on the head,
Yeah.
But I need to go back and do all the detailing on that kit because that kit is truly worth. It's a beautiful kit when you get it all detailed up.
Oh man, and there is so much going on with that thing. I
That
mean,
Dragoon system, though, on the back, there are effects parts that came with it. They're like 5 little clear things to make those Dragoon missiles launch from it.
mhm.
Uh, but they don't look that good. There's actually a P Bandai add-on kit for the Dragoon system that is a lot better.
That uses wires, doesn't it? The clear wire.
It uses no, they're like a blue energy beam emanating
Oh,
from it to show like it to replicate how it looks in seed.
It's really
nice.
cool.
I was debating when I finally do the Gundam
Badass.
display of doing like some kind of a wire system.
Hell yeah.
Nice, dude.
I want to be able to pose them and shit.
I do like that those hoses are running from the chest to the back, though, are rubber, unlike those Zaku tubes.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
they're still a
cool, man.
bitch, but not quite that much of a bitch.
Nice.
And then
And this one was, it's the Strike
that's-
Rouge Otori.
yeah, I remember
Oh,
you
man.
were building that on off the runner one night.
And
Yeah,
the fucking wings on the back are cool.
I got
Yeah.
this kit. I was on the Off the Runner chat, and I was standing at Hobbytown, and I was like, okay, these are the kits I'm looking at, and I'm really leaning towards this one. The first thing Shoki says, nope, Strike Rougeatori, get that one. It's like, but he goes, no buts, get that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was right, dude. This kit was amazing to build.
Nice.
It looks cool. Was this one pretty hard or was it not too bad?
It not as bad as the Unicorn, but it's definitely a complex kit.
Mhm.
The backpack actually turns into a Strike Fighter.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, it's sick, dude.
I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. What I love about Gundam so much is that a lot of them, their backpacks, the backpack itself is just a whole. It's really a whole weapon into itself. It's really cool.
It is.
I
Well, and
love
like
it.
this guy right here, he actually turns into a fighter. That's
Yeah.
one of the gimmicks for the Wing series. Is
Right.
They're transformable.
Yeah, that's right. They turn in like ships, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, my mandatory. This is my current backlog. Well, kind of backlog. That 00 Quantum, about 3/4 of the way through.
Oh,
Let's
cool.
see. Okay, I see you get the Barbatos Lupus and the Lupus Rex. I built the Lupus
Nice.
Rex. I haven't started the Lupus yet. I built the
Nice.
Grace Commander Standard. Let's see. What's that bottom one?
That's the Blitz. Man,
Oh, okay.
I got.
Yeah.
I actually wound up the 2 Barbatos and the Blitz I got from Joe Bush.
That's right. That's right.
So I kind of had a little bit of a jump on a backlog, but it was too good of a deal to pass up.
Mhm.
Dude,
I had to have Barbatos. Like I
my
was looking-
backlog. Oh my god. Let's see.
Well, wait. Now, what Barbatos is that? Is that a master grade Barbatos?
No, they don't have a master grade.
They don't have a
they got-
master
that's-
grade.
No, those are 1/100 full
What
mechanics.
is that like?
That's like that purple one I was showing, that Kamaris,
Oh, okay.
where
Okay.
it's got the
Yeah.
inner frame, but it's not the full.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's the closest thing to a master grade that you
Okay.
can get without it
Is
being a
that-
master grade.
Is that what you said? The full mechanics is the closest thing you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what
Yeah.
that Graze is.
Now-
too, that-
The first season of IBO 1/100 kits don't
Mhm.
say full mechanics on them, but the second season does. But they're all considered full mechanics kits because there's
Gotcha.
no change in the construction.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
I don't
just
think
a
that
different branding.
I don't think the Graze says it.
No, the Grays doesn't, and the first Barbatos doesn't,
Interesting.
and the sixth form Barbatos doesn't, but the Lupus and the Lupus Rex do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then of course I got my full mechanics Haro for the balls for balls entry.
Nice.
That's cool.
That quant, I want to get that quant done the next couple weeks, but I got to start this Haro
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm starting tomorrow. I've got a big plan for my balls for balls entry.
Cool.
Rob,
I've
you're
got
cool, man.
You're going on a whole different level than I am.
Well, yeah, I entered the advanced because I've got this thing here.
Oh, the Verka.
I got the Verka.
Nice.
Oh, pretty cool.
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
I want to pick that up just to get it because
Nice.
it's a cool ass kit.
So
I
yep.
like the. That's pretty gold on it. It's pretty cool. All right,
Yeah.
Nick, what you got?
Want me to
Man.
start from the beginning, Nick?
Yeah, just go through the first slide and we'll start.
Yeah, let me
there.
know when to click.
Yeah, that's my first dio. It's not completely done yet. Just the inside of a factory or whatever. I gotta put windows on the left side, and I'm putting a sewer pipe in. That was just for the door effect. It's just corrugated cardboard with a cut dowel. The windows are from a Legends box, and then I put drywall tape and painted it in black so that you get the grading look. And then
It's fucking amazing.
I keep meaning to ask you guys on this rock brick effect.
mhm.
What are you guys using for technique to texture them like that?
The balled up aluminum foil.
No shit.
Well, I made my own little thing. I took some craft popsicle sticks, glued them together, and then I glued some aquarium rock on them. So you just press it in wherever you want texture, and you can flip it around to give it different textures on different things.
Oh
Yeah. Like I score my brick pattern in
Okay.
with my box cutter or whatever you want to call it. And then I go over it with a ballpoint pen to kind of bevel the edges and make the deep grooves. And then I go over it with a big balled up piece of aluminum foil. And it just puts great texture for brickwork and stonework all over it.
Nice.
And the reason why it's split in half is because one part is going in one detolf and the other part's going in another detolf. So, I have a 2 detolf display with it.
Oh, cool.
And that's why there's the gap in the middle too, because with the overhang of the wall, it goes up against the post of the detolf.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna paint, the pink foam when I get more done with it and figure that shit out. You can go ahead to the next one.
These are fucking awesome.
All right, here I've been doing custom 6-inch Joes made out of mostly Marvel Legends parts. You got your Snake Eyes there. You got Spirit and Duke.
Oh God, Spirit is buff, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I used the Bishop for him.
Oh,
And then
wow.
that's the young Thor head painted up.
Oh, it's epic.
And I got
Holy
weapons
shit.
coming from Marauders for most of these guys too.
Yeah, Marauder
what
makes
did you-
great weapons.
What did you make the Snake Eyes out of?
A Deadpool figure.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah.
fucking amazing, dude.
And
What'd you use for the face sculpt?
it's a custom head from I think J&R Studios on eBay.
That is really cool, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's badass. The Duke is cool too. It's a buff Duke.
He was made off of a Punisher buck, and I
Oh,
cut
very cool.
the belt because you know how the Punisher belt goes up over the abs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I cut that down and just let him have that belt. And again, other weapons and stuff are coming from Marauders.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, you can go on to the next one, dude.
that's really cool.
Oh, that beachhead is fucking amazing.
Yeah, the beachhead and the roadblock.
I
Yes.
really like
God.
that beachhead a lot.
Nick, I've never seen the roadblock. I never saw it. This is amazing, dude. You did a good job.
Thanks,
on that.
man. The roadblock is a custom Luke Cage head that I painted over. And the body is just a straight up Marvel Legends nuke. And I
Yeah, it worked out great.
painted that all up. And yeah, the beachhead I'm proud of. It's the new fucking Killmonger buck. And I took the head off and another custom head from J&R Studios.
Yeah, Beachhead's badass. Dude.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the way that came out in the roadblock.
Yeah, the roadblock is amazing. Damn, the roadblock was kind of a buff guy.
Yeah.
So that's that's cool.
Yeah.
That is hot fucking on beachhead though.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing, dude. Wow.
Yeah, see, I only primed the top and painted the top, and what I did was I just used some of the Citadel shades on the bottom to darken them up a little bit. And each one of these, like the detail work that you see, is from the Citadel shades.
Yeah.
And those shades, they do great.
Yeah. All right, brother, you can go to the next one.
Oh,
Here's my
damn,
Cobra,
Mindbender.
guys. Yeah.
I love that fucking Mindbender.
Thank you. So the Storm Shadow was another Deadpool buck with some other accessories from other figs. Mindbender was a General Veers, I think, and I bought this is a blade head.
Oh,
For,
no
for the
shit.
Mindbender, because he had the blade head had built-in glasses, so I didn't have to look around for a prop. And again, just Citadel paints and the shades really make it pop. I had done the Mindbender a while ago without any shading, and it looks so much better with I believe it's the flesh tone, the Reichland flesh tone.
Racklin Flesh Shade, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, and then we got Zartan.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm kind of like.
That is
damn.
a very, very Devil's Due-esque Zartan. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. What'd you use for that one?
That's a Taskmaster body, actually.
Oh wow!
And then I had to do a lot of custom work for the head so the hood would fit. So I shaved all the hair down and everything. That's from a Winter Soldier head I got again from J&R Studios.
So the head itself is the custom from J&R, and then
Yeah, but again, I had to Dremel down the hair and just put the hood on and everything. And again, just like the Citadel shades make everything pop, because I love how that fucking hood came out for him.
Yeah,
And
the Taskmaster body too.
this is one of the Taskmaster bodies. Yeah.
No, the hood itself.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the same thing for the Storm Shadow hood. It's off of a Taskmaster, and I just repurposed it, painted it white and shaded, put the Cobra sticker there. I had to take the Cobra sticker off his chest so that I could reapply another one, because I put it on when it was a little too wet, so it got a little grody.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool though.
Thanks, brother. You can go on to the next one.
Oh, that Cobra Commander. Fuck,
I'm
yes.
sorry that
Okay.
came out blurry.
Okay, Nick, you've been hiding shit, dude. I've never seen this fucking Cobra Commander before.
I've showed it off, yeah.
I don't remember seeing this. This fucking thing looks amazing. Holy
Thanks, man.
fuck, dude.
I love that helmet.
Yeah,
I do,
that was a custom head. I think that was Jokabob on eBay. He goes by Star Wars Geek in the Facebook groups and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
That's crazy.
the Baroness was made. I have done a few Baronesses. One of them was a Black Widow buck, and I used a sealer on it, and it completely ruined the figure.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this time, just for a little extra detail, I went with the Domino buck, and it's still the Spider-Woman head, and the glasses are from Marvel Legends Mockingbird, and I actually painted them up black now on the outside, so the lenses would pop a lot more.
Yeah, that
Cool.
really worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, next one. Okay, this is a work in progress, and you can tell because of like the overpaint here. But this is going to be an Airwalker. He's one of Galactus's heralds. And
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah, we can see you E. And I'm gotta like tape off the foot so I can put he has yellow striping going down his entire leg to his boots both ways. So I gotta tape that off and paint that. And he has a little symbol on his chest. And this was made completely out of a Malekith buck. And then the head is the same Marvel Legends Black Bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't done shading or anything on this. This is still way in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's coming out cool as shit.
Thanks,
Mm.
man. You can go ahead on to the next one. We'll see what we got.
Oh, this one I
Okay, here we
fucking
go.
love.
I have seen this one.
I've started my Silverhawks.
Silverhawks.
Yeah, my Silverhawks project, and this is Quicksilver from the Silverhawks, Black Bolt Buck, and a Darkhawk head. And again, every time I try to take a picture of these, the fucking visors are two-tone, but you can't see it in the pics. Like right through here is all blue, and then
Right.
you got the black coming down just like in the show.
I love what you did with the paint, where it's not just a silver, but it's like it's more cartoon accurate.
Yeah.
Because the original toy was like it's like straight chrome.
Yeah.
it was-
So
Yeah, it was
chromed
that
out.
vac metalized
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which was complete garbage, but and it looked cool, but it didn't match the cartoon. If you look at the cartoon, there were certain old school 80s cartoons. I always have to remember
Yeah.
one scene might have a different color from the next scene, but he had a bluish look to him sometimes to his
Yeah.
and he wasn't always straight silver. So I dig the fucking look, dude. I really do. That's really cool.
And I'm gonna paint on the I guess it's his right or left. I'm gonna paint down to the elbow and flesh because that's where you know they all had like one arm or something that was
and it was like something that's something stayed flesh.
partly metal, partly real.
Partly real.
Yeah.
Man, knowing my luck, if I was a Silverhawk, it'd be my right foot. They'd say, "Yeah, we'll leave that part fleshy," and I'd be like, "I already lost that one."
All right, next slide.
Oh, Copper Kid.
There's my Copper Kid. That's a Sam Nova body that I dremeled out the details, like the circles and stuff. This was my first work on sculpting. I used some milliput on his head to give him the fin. The fin's not really cartoon accurate because it would probably just end like in the middle. But
Right.
I liked giving it that longer, elongated look.
Well,
Yeah.
I kind of like it too. It's like you took you made the Copper Kid, but you did a stylized version of him. I kind of dig it. You know, I really do. I like it a lot. The fucking visor on the fucking is amazing, dude. I love it.
Thanks,
That's
brother.
fresh shit, dude.
Are you gonna add the wing effects to him?
I'm working on seeing how I can do it for the bucks that don't have wings.
Yeah.
I got to figure out what I want to do with it yet. I was honestly thinking just maybe some drink umbrellas.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh,
That's not a bad idea at all, actually.
No, it's not. Fucking
That would be, you would have to pretty much pose them in one, because, you would have to paint them,
Yeah.
but, moving them about they would crumble, the paint would flake off. You would have to. There's got to be an alternative to that, but I mean, the look, that would work.
Yeah.
But there's got to be an alternative.
All right, next
Fucking
one.
fresh, dude. I like it.
Thank you, brothers.
Yeah.
That's just something I did. This is gonna be my Guardians of the Galaxy display. I just painted some canvases, painted the two side panels black, and did like a comet effect in the back. And then that's the stand that the Marvel Select Guardians came with.
Oh,
And
all right.
you see, like towards the bottom, there's all those roots, like Groot stands in those grooves behind it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So once I finish everything I want to do, because I need to see the gap in the back between the middle piece and the right piece.
Yeah.
I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with that because I cut the canvas a little wonky, so I don't know if I'm gonna try and glue it together or what I'm gonna do. But yeah, and that's where I took the Silverhawk pics too.
Yeah, it looks cool though. It's gonna be neat when it's all put together.
Yeah, and I think that's it.
That's it.
Damn.
Nick, you're fucking dude. Your fucking customs are sick, dude. I just gotta tell you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're making me feel excited about the custom I'm gonna attempt for that Darth Xana figure.
Sweet.
I'm really excited. I'm hoping it works out now. I
Excuse
have
me.
confidence. That's pretty cool.
Well, you know, there's you know, like I said, practice. You can do it. It's just going to take practice. It's not going to. I like to keep my old miniatures and look at the first one I ever painted, and I'm like, wow, look how far I've come.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
It's
like me. That's like me with the Gundams too. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You learn
Oh,
all
my
the shit as
first
you're going
my
along.
first kit that I ever built, I just fucking went at it. I didn't fucking do any nub removal. I, you know, did a straight box build. I did it in like an hour and a half, 2 fucking hours, and it looks like shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm keeping that because as I
Yeah.
started watching other people and watching, you know, people build, I'm like, oh, I didn't do this, and then you know, started implementing this and started implementing that, and
Yeah.
you know, just like okay, you know, I'm learning new techniques, and that's part of the fun, discovering all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Seeing
you're
your
right.
progression as you go.
It's
Maybe-
funny you say that because when we were cleaning the basement a few weeks ago, and I was going through some shit we got in storage. I found a box of what I have left of my old model cars, and in there's a 91 or 90 whatever Chevy 454 SS pickup truck, and that was the first car model kit I ever built, and that's exactly how I built it. I
wow.
basically just clipped the shit off and glued it together and half-assed
Yeah.
did the water slides. You know,
Mm.
I was like, what, 90? I would have been like 10
Nice.
when I did
dude.
it.
Nice. That's cool that you found that, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's falling the fuck apart, but it's there.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
I
sure.
bet, man.
I'm
All
sure.
right, so we're gonna go ahead and end here. Can you guys check and do the unbroadcasted link for us?
Hey,
You bet.
yeah, I just want to say anyway. Yeah, at one point we had upwards of 20-some people watching, and we've got 8. We actually still have 8 in the chat. I'm assuming you're watching. Dude, you guys have stuck with us. This was a long show. We appreciate it. That's really cool. Thank you.
And I want to throw
Badass.
something out to you guys on the panel. What about if we do this again in a year?
That'd be a good idea. Show
want
where
so that we
everybody's
can see where
progressed
everyone's
at,
at?
and yeah.
Or
Yeah.
not even put it off that long. Do it like, you know, maybe quarterly. You know, let's have a showcase. show. Not.
Yeah.
That's
not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad
Yeah,
idea. either.
tonight was just a long one because we had Shoki. We had a whole
Yeah.
lot of news to go through. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank everybody for hanging in with us who did.
Yeah.
I know. I took a long time with that big reveal I had, and I'm
Yeah,
That's all right.
God damn, dude, that thing was awesome.
You've got a lot
Yeah.
of cool stuff, dude. It's awesome. And thanks for Shoki for coming on.
Yeah,
man.
thank you,
Cool
Shoki,
app.
for being our guest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pleasure
yeah.
having him on.
That's why I want to see us do something like Josh said, even quarterly, because we got a couple of us that are just coming into this creative stuff,
yeah.
and then you got a couple of us that have been in it or are changing and learning new techniques or doing something
Mhm.
different. It'd be awesome to see where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I like that shit. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
All right.
but yeah, guys, I know there's a lot of gunpla builders out there. Go out there, sign up, balls for balls, compete, and at the same time doing a wonderful thing for a wonderful cause, raising money, funds, and awareness for testicular cancer research.
Indeed.
You know, and you never know. You might be one of the people that would, God forbid, you know, and it's weird for me to say because, you know, you never know what tomorrow holds.
Right.
And what if you were the one to suffer from that? Well, this is a way to help benefit somebody who finds
Yeah.
out tomorrow they've got testicular cancer.
Well,
Absolutely.
you're a perfect example of you don't know what tomorrow holds.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's cool.
But
It's not. It's a good cause, dude. Just go. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and it's fun at the same time.
Yeah.
all right. So Rob and Josh will get the unbroadcasted link out. So, as usual,
I'll hang out for a little while.
yeah. Peace, love, and hair grease. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the end credits.
Later, guys.
Peace, everyone.
Peace out.
God, I look tired at the end of that.